Yo, what's up, noobs? What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. Yo, Toby, Dustin, Vince, Cat. What's good? Yeah, we're doing that first today, Vince. I'm sorry I made you wait so long. I'm sorry so much time has passed. But we're gonna get it. Oh shit. Nah. Alright. Toby, I'm good, man. How are you? How have you been? I hope life has been treating you good. I hope everything is kosher on your end, man. Hope all y'all are good. Can't. Oh, fucking shit. I've officially watched you for 6 years. I discovered your OG YouTube stuff on my 15th birthday, and now it's my 21st. Way to make someone feel old, Jace. Appreciate it, man. Thanks. I'm glad that fuck you. Thanks for that, Jace. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me know that I was intricate in your growing up. That's wild. Happy birthday, by the way. And also, let me tell you something. At 15, you shouldn't have been watching me. That's for sure. Now it's fine, but at 15, Jesus. I don't let my little brother watch me. Put it that way. I appreciate that, though, Jace. Yo, Christian, what's good? Yeah, I've never, I probably should look at my... I never really paid attention to my analytics, so I don't really know. I've never really known the age group. I mean, I think I've checked once or twice, but not enough to know consistently. I don't really know the demographic of age that has watched me or that does watch me still. Well, I mean, when I read chat, it's a variety of a whole bunch of different ages. I mean, I don't think there's anyone 70 plus, but yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. Jace, that's just... You're gonna find whatever you find, dude. Believe you me. The shit that my little brother watches and he sends me links to it, I'm just like, dude, 20 years ago, I would have thought that was hilarious, but now I think that's stupid. Really. And kind of like over the years, dude, like, not just because I've noticed that as time has gone on, y'all's requests have gotten different. Especially my regulars, the people that I see all the time, either in the comment section or in stream chat or something like that. We've all evolved, man. It's been a while. It's been a while that we've all been hanging out together, right? I feel like I've definitely changed over the years, right? Wouldn't y'all agree? But so have y'all. I can definitely tell in what y'all request. Some shit kind of still stays the same for the most part that y'all be requesting, but especially other stuff. Like, I remember when we first started, I mean, some of y'all would actually still love if I did these videos, but when we first started, remember we were reacting to like McNasty and Soviet Womble and stuff like that. I thought it was funny at the time, but like, dude, over the years, I watched so much of it, and I'm kind of just like burned out on it now, and I'm just like, I'm kind of good on that, right? Kind of just like outgrew that style of content. Really, I don't even watch it on my own time anymore. Really, when it comes to gaming videos, I rarely watch gaming videos these days. Dude, that's just like something for me personally that has evolved and changed over time. I watch less gaming content, yet I still game all the same, right? Just less gaming content of that nature, right? Like the over-the-top ridiculous cackling for like 2 straight hours, you and your buddies. I remember those times. That used to be me. Right? But, you know, we're all getting older around here, man. No, those were some good times. It's the mayor. Yo, but like, I have watched some videos. I watch a lot of stupid shit, like just throughout the day. I have to be watching something, really. Katai, hi. I forgot what the fuck we were talking about now. All right, let me pull up. There we go. I almost forgot that we were supposed to be watching stuff. Supposed to be Oh, I have been watching a lot of this because like I like secretly deep down I do a really good job at fooling a lot of you, but secretly deep down I'm 5 years old and I've been watching a lot of this Gilstrap TV, where he just walks around in public and rips ass in front of people and pretends that he shit himself, and these people fall the fuck out laughing. Yeah, that type of stuff still makes me laugh. I don't think I'll ever reach an age where that type of shit, no pun intended, doesn't make me laugh. And then I came across one the other day where like dude will like make eye contact with you and then rip ass in a very vicious way. That killed me too. I think I woke up my niece last night, maybe. I'm not sure, can't tell. She fell back asleep. Yeah, dude. Holy shit. I fucking can't. I'll be up at like 1 o'clock in the morning just fucking crying, tears down my face. And I'm just like, yep. I'm a fucking child. But then I feel better instantly when I go to the comment section and like the top comment is like, I'm 67 years old. There's no reason for me to be laughing like this at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, yeah, man, I think it's all of us. Oh, all right. Well, this is like what I've been watching lately. I'm pretty sure my feed looks like y'all's feed. Am I right? A little bit of Chiseled Adonis, a little bit of Angry Joe. I still watch the Angry Joe show from time to time. That's like one gaming related thing that I still, but it just really depends. I don't watch it all. Anytime he's shitting on Madden, I'll tune in. Or anytime he shits on Call of Duty. Or anytime it's time to shit on your yearly release, I'll tune in for those. Alright, let me find Fat Electrician. The Entitled Military Doctor Body Cam. Who's that by? We'll stick it in the queue. I'm down. Entitled Military Doctor? Like a medic? Or like just one of these officers that works inside of the hospital, the on-base hospital. Which, I gotta tell you, I never had bad experiences with the doctors in the hospital. Nor medics, actually. Out of all, had some issues with certain people when I was in the service, but never the medics or the... I mean, if I want to be petty, yeah, I mean, I asked nicely for morphine one time and the medic told me to fuck off. I didn't appreciate that. I asked nicely. But Walker, what's good? I will check that out if you can put the name of the channel. Maybe. Well, we have to do this video by Fat Electrician first. We don't really have a choice. Probably should have titled the stream this. So we missed a couple. I could have swore that Nick had already done a video on Audie Murphy. The most gangster Green Beret, Robert Howard. All right. At this point, man, there's so many actual gangsters in the military, prior, current, that Bad Electrician can make videos on, really, for the most part. I know the title says the most gangster Green Beret, but he could very well make this very same video a year from now on a different fucking person, and it would still make sense. You know what I mean? So, this is the one, right? Robert Howard? It's by Body Cam Stories? Okay. Hold on. Let me find it, put it in my watch later so I don't lose it or forget it. I do have a mod in here, but she's not in charge of this. She's just in charge of bands. So now that I think about it, I've been operating without moderators for quite a while now. What was it? Body Cam Stories. Let me just find it. And it was titled military. Oh God. It's written all over her face. Is this it? Yeah. Oh, sweet Jesus. It's written all over her face. Bro, look at the haircut, the glasses, the smug look on her face. I can already tell. I could already tell, bro. I don't even have to read the title. You could have just, like, sent me a link. I pull this up, and yep, that's it. I could just see it. I can just see myself in uniform actively avoiding this lady right here at all costs. And just feeling bad for whoever has to call her Lieutenant Colonel. Oh, yo, I can't wait. All right, but we have to do Fat Electrician first, so let me put this in watch later. She already looks annoying, bro. She just does. She kind of looks like Judge Judy a little bit, but doesn't Judge Judy have long hair? Judge Judy is one of my favorite court TV personalities. There's a lot of court TV judges out there, right? Which I guess is fine, I guess. I feel like that takes away credibility from you as a judge. If you go on TV and start doing your job in that capacity, right? For attention, doesn't that look unprofessional, like, in the future for, like, if you're trying to get a job? Like, I don't think you'll ever see some of these judges, like, overseeing a federal case. You know what I mean? Judge Judy is badass, but, like, I just feel like once you take that route, it's almost like in the military. Like, once you take the route of being an influencer, you're pretty much done getting promoted. For the most part. We've talked about this before in several other videos. I wonder if it works like that for these court TV people. Isn't that like an unprofessional look for, like, other things that you could do with your degree and your knowledge and stuff like that? Like, I don't know. I just feel like once you go that route, you'll never see, like, anything higher than that as far as that career path goes. Just my opinion, anyway.
Barack Obama. Republican policies are raising.
I'm so tired of seeing this guy. I'm so tired of seeing you motherfuckers that used to be president. You're no longer president, and I still have to see you. That gets on my nerves. Go away. I think that, like, once you've served your time, you should never be allowed to do anything else regarding... Go away. Jesus. The party's over, man. That's it. It's time to go home. It's time to pack it up. You can't just be using the same invite you had 8 years ago for the same parties today. You know what I mean? Time to go home, old man. Not really, because there are real judges who record themselves doing what they do. I suppose that's right. Yeah, I suppose that's true. But, and you know what? I'll give you that, Jace, because there is this one judge. It's like this white guy with glasses that, like, I guess he records himself. It's not like a TV thing. There is no commercials or anything like that. But he's funny to me. His shorts pop up on my stuff. I guess in that capacity, maybe not. That's the equivalent. Like, he's just posting him doing his job, right? But these core TV people were like, well, after these commercials, folks, it's a different realm. It's a different world. What the other guy is doing is the equivalent of like a surgeon recording himself doing surgery and then posting it on the internet for educational purposes, right? Which is what I feel like that other guy that I'm talking about does, right? He posts himself doing his job, but also people can learn, right? They can learn the law. He deals with a lot of petty stuff, right? He's not dealing with crazy murder cases. People can learn the law that way by watching some of these people, and that's understandable. But it's the ones that make a spectacle out of it. You know what I mean? Kind of like, I don't mind myself a preacher, but dog, when you're performing miracles every Wednesday, actual miracles, like, and then you hop on a private jet, you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with preaching the Lord's name or the stories, right? But kind of doing it in a awkward way. Kevin, what's good? All right. Here we go. The most gangster Green Beret, Robert Howard.
In absolutes. However, I am extremely confident in saying that this is the most gangster supply sergeant of all time.
He was a supply sergeant and a Green Beret. Was he a supply sergeant for the Green Berets? Or is he a Green Beret that then turned supply sergeant after his tales and his journeys? Or was he a supply sergeant and then decided to go Green Beret? I don't know, man. Possibilities.
Today we're talking about Robert Howard, the most decorated Green Beret in U.S. history. He started off his military career as a mechanic, then became a parachute rigger, then became a supply sergeant. After being shot in the face and surviving in Vietnam, he then volunteered to go out with Mac v. SOG whenever they needed an extra guy or a strap hanger, despite having no Green Beret or Special Forces training. Despite his initial lack of training, he rapidly went from the extra guy they brought along to help carry the radio to the man they specifically requested to come and help on their most dangerous missions.
So he was the equivalent of like, y'all seen that movie Invincible with Mark Wahlberg? Where he just walks onto the fucking New York Jets and makes it, and he's a badass, and they're just like, did we give this guy a contract? No, we need him. We should get him. We should, anytime. Call him. What's his number? Right? He just walked on to Special Forces. That's it. Just walked on like, hey, I'm here. I can do shit. Right? Where y'all going? I can do that. That's cool. And he did it.
Having been shot in the face, blown up, and severely wounded multiple times on multiple occasions, he is quite literally the human embodiment of the Terminator and has been written up for the Medal of Honor on 3 separate occasions and awarded it once because that's legally the amount of times he could earn it. In addition to that, he has been awarded 2 Distinguished Service.
I still don't agree with that rule to this day. I think that if you earn the Medal of Honor, I don't care if you earned it 5 fucking times. You should get 5 awards and you should get honored all 5 of those times. Why? I don't understand. Is that too many awards for civilians to deal with? Because I wouldn't, as prior service, I wouldn't give a shit. Give him 20 if he deserves it. I hate that rule. I think it's stupid and it should go away.
Crosses, the Silver Star, the Defense Superior Service Medal, 4 Legions of Merit, 4 Bronze Stars with V device, and 8 Purple Hearts. And we're gonna get into it right after a word from our sponsor.
You had no problems doling out like multiples of those other awards, man, but come on now.
This video is brought to you by Element. Okay, we're not gonna overcomplicate this. It's hydration mix. You buy
8 Purple Hearts, dude. That's not fun. That means you got, on paper, that means you got injured on 8 separate fucking occasions. And that's just the times you got injured and you told the army about it. Because, you know, sometimes we're just like, I'll rub some fucking dirt on it. I'll limp through it. Yeah, fuck it, I'm fine. I ain't no bitch. There's times like that where you don't even go to the hospital. So that 8 Purple Hearts probably could be, I don't know, maybe 12 or 15. Who knows? I don't know.
Let's get back to the video.
Oh, well, shit.
Worlds will come.
We'll get there. But I can skip this. Yo, I heard that movie blew ass. Have y'all seen it?
All right, our story begins.
I knew it was going to suck when I saw that it had Jared Leto. Because anything that he's on usually turns to shit. I feel.
Begins on July 11th, 1939, when Robert Howard is born in Opelika, Alabama. When he's 4 years old, his dad...
No fucking way. Opelika, Alabama is where I used to go with my dad on every Sunday. We used to go to Opelika, Alabama. Why? Because for the longest time in Georgia, I think it's still like this, but they changed the rules a little bit. But for the longest time in Georgia, they sold no alcohol on Sundays. But you know who did? Alabama. So me and my dad, he would take me, I'd be a kid. He'd take me across the bridge, which was like a 15-minute drive across the Chattahoochee River, and we'd go to Opelika so that he could get alcohol on Sundays because they didn't sell it on Sundays. That's great.
Is drafted to go off and fight in World War II in the Pacific, and when Dad comes back, he suffers from what I can only describe as undiagnosed PTSD and has a crippling alcohol problem. From there, Dad works at the local cab company for the rest of Robert's childhood, and he grows up dirt poor in Opelika, Alabama, with his dad, his mom, his grandmother, and his 6 younger siblings. The only early childhood memory that he ever talks about was when he was young, he finally got a new pair of shoes, which was a big deal for a poor kid in the 1940s, and 5 high school bullies were trying to take his shoes, and for the first week, they would chase him from the bus all the way to his house, but he would always outrun them and never get caught and got to keep his shoes.
Homeboy was fast.
Boy sure is a running fool.
After
Fast
seeing this, his
fuck,
grandmother
boy.
pulled him aside and said, "Robert, you don't run away from your problems, you run towards them." The very next day,
Yeah, Robert, you got shoes now. Just kick him in the face. That's like +2 damage with those shoes, man.
he comes back home from school beat up, but he still had his shoes.
Hey, there you
From
go.
here, Robert continues to grow up, and he is pretty much a brick shithouse of a young man, being 6 foot tall, 170 pounds, extremely athletic, and good at sports. Despite that, he drops out of high school to help his family make money and goes to work with Dad at the cab company. When he's 17 years old, he gets his GED and then wants to enlist in the military. Dad is furious, doesn't want his son to enlist, wants him to go off, get a normal job, lead a normal life. Robert basically just comes to him and is like, "Look, I'm 17, I need your signature to let me go join the military, but I'm gonna do it in a year anyways if you say no, so you might as well just let me do it."
He could have just forged it. Those recruiters don't give a fuck.
Now, Dad agrees, signs the paperwork, Robert ships off to basic training. Crushes basic, crushes AIT, no problem whatsoever, ends up getting stationed at Fort Hood, and he is a mechanic because of his experience at the
I was born there, and I used to live there.
cab company. Now, that sounds all good and fine, but this isn't what Robert wanted. Robert grew up watching propaganda from World War II and the Korean War. He wanted to go off and become a paratrooper, and now he's stuck inside the motor pool doing maintenance on a bunch of military vehicles. This is just, it's not what he wanted. But he's trapped. There's nothing he can do. So he basically just lives it up. He's, you know, a lower enlisted private than a specialist. He's partying, he's drinking too much, he's going out with his friends. He's not really doing anything to advance his military career. After a couple of years of doing that, his re-enlistment's starting to come up, and his sergeant pulls him aside and is like, hey, look, if you want to stay in the Army, you got to get your shit together and actually start doing stuff to advance your career. Otherwise, they're going to kick you out. So that's exactly what he does. He gets real straight-laced, quits drinking so much, quits partying.
Damn, so it used to be that way, and then some time went by, and I think the rules got more laxed because, dog, I'm telling you, I served with a guy who had been in the military. Dude, I want to say like 4 times longer than me. He had been in the military for about, I want to say 12 years, and he was still a specialist. I had been in the military for 2 years and was already a specialist, and I was just like, dog, that means that you've been at this rank for a decade? I didn't know you could do that. And he set a bad example for me because I was like, well, fuck, if I can just maintain this like low level of responsibility, I can just like chill. But no.
So much, goes out into town, finds a nice girl by the name of Tina. They wind up getting married. From here, he turns into an excellent soldier. Then when that re-enlistment time finally comes, they want to keep him in. So he says, you know, I'll re-enlist for another 6 years, but I want it put in my contract that you're going to send me off to be a paratrooper. They agree. He gets sent off to Fort Bragg, attached to the 101st Airborne, goes through paratrooper school. Passes through that no problem, gets his jump wings, becomes a parachute rigger and a supply sergeant with the 101st Airborne. From here, his wife Tina ends up getting pregnant, and he is shortly after that sent over to France for 2 years straight, comes back home and meets his daughter for the first time when she's 18 months old. He is then home for about 45 minutes before getting sent off to Vietnam.
This is whole other country.
As they make their approach into theater, he is informed that they are going to be making an amphibious landing.
That's rough. Any other moment, that's fine. But your kid was just born and you haven't seen... That sucks.
Pumped. He wants to go into combat. This has been his whole thing. In his brain, he's thinking D-Day, storming the beach at Normandy, enemy gunfire. This is going to be awesome, action hero type stuff. As they approach, he's informed, oh, it's actually a secured beach. This is just the fastest way to get everybody off the boat.
Cool. Thanks for that.
Hey, I bet they shrimp all in these waters.
I love that movie. I forget who they were supposed to...
He was looking for, but whatever. They pull up in the Higgins boat, they drop the hatch door, he's told that they're on the beach, he steps off, full of all of his gear, 120 pounds worth of shit. He then sinks 12 feet to the ocean floor and almost drowns. From here, it's 6 weeks of just moving closer and closer towards combat, and it's just a giant nothing burger. Nothing ever happens, they're just driving the trucks closer, marching, getting to where the actual combat is. As they get closer, things start to escalate. Sometimes there's, you know, incoming mortars, sometimes there's enemy sniper fire, but really it's just kind of boring. Nothing ever happens, never sees any bad guys, nothing. And then one day they get ambushed. Nobody was expecting it. It's a giant clusterfuck. His officer in charge is kind of like panicking, doesn't know what to do. He's froze up, not giving any orders. Howard runs up to him and is like, what are we doing? What's the plan? Guy doesn't have anything, so he's just like, point to a spot on the map you want me to defend, I'll go defend it. Gives Howard a location. Howard grabs some guys and sets off to defend that perimeter. Once he gets to his position, he starts setting up the perimeter, getting his guys set up with fields of fire, and while he's doing that, he winds up getting shot in the face with an AK-47, right in the cheek, passes through his mouth, knocks out a bunch of his teeth, and he wakes up in the hospital. And wouldn't you know it, the guy in the bed next to him is actually his buddy from airborne school that apparently has went on to become a Special Forces Green Beret. They wind up hanging out the entire time while they're both recovering in the hospital. Then one day, Green Beret guy is getting ready to leave. His colonel comes to pick him up, and he recommends to the colonel, like, hey, this is my buddy, Robert Howard. We could use a guy like him out in the field. And the colonel's like, is that so? You think you want to do this? And Robert Howard is like, yeah.
Yeah, that really is. That right there just sets the tone for how the rest of this video is gonna go. He got shot in the face. It came out of his mouth and took out a whole bunch of his teeth. What was the downtime? Tell me the downtime. Because, dude, for a lot of us, I'm humble enough to say that if I take that kind of injury, and I think I'm done after that, really. I've taken injury before, okay? And I got back up. But that specific type of injury, I think I call it after that. I think yep, I did it, and you know what? It's fine.
Anything to get me into the action, and he just kind of nods and walks off. Howard has to spend a little bit more time in the hospital recovering. Once he's fully recovered, he basically forgot that conversation even happened, shifts back off to his unit with the 101st, gets there, and his commanding officer is like, Howard, there's a chopper waiting for you. They got to take you somewhere. And he's like, what? Where? He's like, I have no idea. Apparently it's special forces and it's top secret. They're not telling me shit, just to tell you to get on the chopper. So he gets on the helicopter that flies him to Saigon to the Military Assistance Command of Vietnam, aka MACV. While he is there, he is offered the opportunity to assist the Studies and Observations Group, a top secret military unit that responds directly to the White House and the Joint Chiefs of Staff that the government will not admit even exists for decades afterwards. From here, he is told that this is strictly voluntary. He does not have to do this, but if he does want to, he'll be operating inside of foreign countries, Laos and Cambodia, two places America is not supposed to be.
Also heard we're in fucking Cambodia right now. Cambodia? Man, you kidding me.
Because of that, on these missions, he will be going behind enemy lines with nothing that identifies him as an American soldier, and if he is killed or captured, which there is a high likelihood of, the
Dog, and just remember that at this point, he hasn't trained for any of this yet. You know what I mean? Like, he's done basic, he's done AIT, he's done airborne. Yeah, cool. But, like, behind enemy lines type infiltrating, I don't think he's trained for this yet at this point.
American government will sweep
Watch him fuck around and just be just goddamn natural, right?
it under the rug and say they know nothing about it. Now, I can only assume hearing this, Robert is like, okay, so let me get this straight. You want me, a supply sergeant, to go out with the Green Berets in a country we're not supposed to be in the most dangerous combat that you have with a super high casualty rate.
This either tells me that you have the most faith in the fucking universe in me, or that you have no plan at all and you're just throwing shit at the wall. I guess. Sure. Where do I sign? I suppose.
No Green Beret training whatsoever.
Yeah.
And the American government is like, yeah, that's exactly
Yep.
it. And, you know, if you survive for like 6 months, we'll send you back home to America and then you can get your Green Beret and we'll get you the...
No, bull fucking shit. I do this and survive and get the job done. Fuck the schooling and the training. You give me my beret and my tab right now. That's kind of how this goes. Cause, nah.
training then after you've already done
But then again, it's volunteer. You don't really get to make rules like that or demands or stipulations. So
the job. To which Robert is like,
You son of a bitch! I'm in!
nah, dude. I gotta put my life on the line for the opportunity to become a Green Beret whilst doing Green Beret shit. That just doesn't even sound good, does it? That doesn't even sound like a solid plan. That doesn't even sound like it's gonna go good in your favor. This is like playing the lottery. But hey, he's gonna take this like really shit deal and he's gonna make it happen.
You son of a bitch! I'm in!
fast forward, Robert shows up to a SOG forward operational base and he is blown away because it is not like any other military operation he has ever seen. Robert is straight-laced, clean-shaven, right uniform, right place, right time, and
Yeah, that's not special forces, even back in these times. These motherfuckers are walking around with full beards in their underwear, probably.
everybody else on this operational base is just walking around in whatever clothes they want. They've got beards, they've got ponytails, don't look like the military professional that he's ever seen, yet these are the best operators America has to offer. Despite event
God, it's just so funny. I'll tell you all the story later, but we had special forces guys on our fob, at the second fob that I was at during my first deployment. And some of the officers on our end used to get so butthurt, dude. Like, hey, you need to shave. And like the SF guys would be like, sir, kindly go fuck yourself, dog. Get out of here. It was just the funniest shit in the world. Just like officers' first deployments, and they encountered these SF guys, and they tried to check the SF guys, and the SF guys were just like, you got 5 seconds, bro. For real. It was just the funniest thing in the world, man. They got humbled very fast by these SF dudes.
Actually going on to become one of these guys, he never really gives up his clean-shaven, straight-laced appearance, which, you know what, to be fair, fucking look at him. If I look like that,
He looks like G.I. Joe, man, to be honest. That's like, he looks like the first G.I. Joe I ever had, like in the face and everything.
wouldn't give up my clean-shaven look either, okay? Look at his jawline. Homie could get in a katana fight with that jawline and probably win. Sorry, anyways, from here, he spends the next 6 months being the supply sergeant on the forward operational base and operating as a strap hanger. Strap hanger is just the term for like, hey, we've got a group of SOG guys going out. They need an extra volunteer to help carry the radio and just do what they're told.
Oh.
Robert starts doing a ton of that. And to be honest, during this period of time, we don't have many specifics outside of that for multiple reasons. Everything's top secret. A lot of the Mac v. SOG documents were destroyed after Vietnam, and Robert never kept a personal journal. In fact,
I'm sure he saw some shit and he did some shit. That's for fucking sure. Yo, Reverend,
the only reason
what's good, man?
we have stories on Robert Howard at all
Glad to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
is because they had to document what he did to earn his medals. Everything outside of that he did is lost to time.
Redacted.
So we don't really know what happened over this 6-month span. However, we do know that he was in combat because during this period, he was awarded the Combat Infantry Badge. From here, he goes back home and he goes through the entire Green Beret training pipeline through 1966 through 1967. And by the end of 1967, he is awarded his Green Beret. From here, he gets sent back out to Vietnam, still operating as part
Honestly, I think he was a shoo-in for that. I think they were going to give it to him regardless after he had already displayed, you know,
of SOG. He is
everything he needed to do.
sent to SOG Forward Operational Base 2, which is right at a tri-border area between Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, so they can go into both those countries fairly quickly and fairly easily whenever needed. He is still operating as a supply sergeant, and he is not attached to an actual SOG team, so he is still operating as a strap hanger whenever they need somebody. Initially, he struggles to get the opportunity to actually go out with a SOG team because, well, they're going out behind enemy lines on an extremely dangerous mission. Nobody wants to bring the
No one's keen on bringing the supply guy.
new guy for his first time, right? Well, somebody finally takes a chance on him. He proves himself. He starts
However, our supply guy, my second duty station, while I didn't like this man, no, he was our arms sergeant, but technically supply, because those are supplies you use, your weapons, right? I don't really like him too much, dude, but he was a badass infantry dude.
strap hanging all the time. And from here, he goes from the fucking
I think supply was kind of like his vacation and his break from all the deployments, because, dude, my second deployment, he was already on his 5th. And I was just like, oh, that's a lot of combat, man. Holy fuck. And so, yeah. And I think our deployment would have made his 6th deployment. He had been to Iraq and Afghanistan. And so I guess he took supply, man, thinking that, dude, I mean, I'm talking, he was like decked out too, airborne, air assault, all that stuff. So that may have been just like vacation for him, just a chill job for him to do outside of
new guy to the guy that everybody specifically requests because he's ferocious on the battlefield and he comes up with, we'll say, innovative solutions to problems. On one occasion, he was strap hanging
I did that one time. I got court-martialed.
for a SOG team, and they were going to go behind enemy lines for 19 days straight and plot out safe paths for downed pilots to take to get back into Vietnam and get to safety. The problem was that by this point in time, the North Vietnamese had become aware of SOG's operations, and they were actually sending teams out to be counter reconnaissance. So whenever they saw helicopters coming into country, they would have scouts in the area, and they would just trail the SOG operatives so that they knew everything SOG knew. Obviously, for a mission where you're trying to chart a
annoying.
safe path for a downed pilot, you don't want the enemy knowing where these safe paths are, so they need to figure out a way how to get rid of this counter reconnaissance unit. So they
They're trailing you, right? Which means that they're shadowing you. Brother, turn the fuck around and shoot the shadows. Why not, man? Get rid of them.
called up the supply sergeant. He then proceeds to take an old footlocker, you know, that big trunk that sits at the foot of your bed when you're in the military that you put all your stuff in and lock it with a padlock. He takes one of those, paints it bright red, fills it with 80 pounds of TNT, ball bearings, nails, all kinds of shit, and then rigs it up to explode on a 5-minute timer. They fly in on the helicopters, get dropped off in this country, grab this red footlocker.
It's so hard to believe that Special Forces was like, they were at an impasse. They were at some crossroads. They were like, "Damn, man, we need something good to happen. Call the supply sergeant." They call the supply sergeant, and the supply sergeant shows up with a fucking IED, talking about "let's go." I really like this man.
Throw it out the helicopter, and then run off into the wood line, leaving the footlocker. Now, to the enemy, if there is an enemy out there that's surveilling them, this looks like they were in such a hurry that they either forgot their supplies or they were in such a hurry they didn't want to be bogged down and have to carry them. So
they're gonna go investigate that, and then ka-fucking boom. Thank God that's the route y'all took. Because if we would have started arresting people and shit and taking hostages and prisoners, I would have been really irritated with that. That's not the way.
Oh, they go out, they run into the wood line, they're laying down, watching this chest. Sure enough, an entire squad of NVA counter reconnaissance comes up, and they start investigating this footlocker, trying to pry it open. Footlocker obviously explodes, counter recon guys are now gone. Robert Howard said that it blew debris a quarter mile away.
I think you made that one a little strong, Robert. Just a little bit. Like my first Long Island iced tea. It's a kick in the teeth right there, except it's raining teeth. That's fucking wild. That's fantastic. That's just good old-fashioned combat warfare right there. You love to see it.
On another occasion, he was part of a hatchet.
You know, actually, this actually exists inside of Call of Duty, of all games. And come to think of it, I think that it only exists in Call of Duty. I've played a lot of shooters, and in Call of Duty, you can rig an enemy care package to explode. So like if someone calls in a care package and you get to it before they do, you can re-roll that bitch, and then when they hit it, it blows up. Right? You got to have good timing. It's not the best thing to do all the time. Sometimes you're putting yourself in stupid situations just to be able to do it, but it's fun to do it, and it's hilarious to see someone open up their own care package and die to it, right? So, yeah, that's fantastic, man. Established in the 1940s. Don't let Call of Duty make you believe that they're the ones that invented that.
Force, which was a team that was actually supposed to go out and engage the enemy, and he thought it would be a good idea to run up next to a troop transport truck.
I'm sorry, I gotta go back. I'm starting to see why you guys were saying that this should be a movie. That's when their guy steps. I love this movie.
On another occasion, he was part of a hatchet force, which was a team that was actually supposed to go out and engage the enemy, and he thought it would be a good idea to run up next to a troop transport truck full of NVA soldiers. He then rigged up a claymore to explode and hucked it in the back before diving in the ditch and blowing up the entire truck. One of the SOG team leaders that he strap hung for consistently later described him as, and I quote, "I never saw him show any fear whatsoever. He'd do anything you wanted him to do."
That is what you would call, ladies and gentlemen, the perfect soldier. Isn't that what leadership wants from every single member of the company? Not only do they want perfection, but they want exactly that. You say go do something, and god damn it, it's gonna get done. It's the perfect soldier, right?
Dude was literally the Terminator.
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton.
Could you?
Or that. Terminator, perfect soldier. It's all the same shit. Wrapped up in just different verbiage. Whatever.
All right, late October 1967, Howard volunteers as strap hang for a recon mission. Super straightforward mission. There's a river. Next to that river, there's a trail that the NVA is well known for using. Military intelligence figures there's got to be a communication line strung right along that trail so they can communicate. They want them to go in, super sneaky, attach something onto this wire so they're going to be able to listen to all their communications and then get out. So they go out on this mission. Everything's going great. They make it to where this river is. They're looking for the communication wire, and they come up on an enormous enemy cache of supplies, food, there's 1,000 rounds of recoilless rocket ammunition, and a ton of small arms ammo.
Wait, just wait. That's so many supplies, that means that there's about to be so many people. Just wait, and then slaughter all of them.
Figure they got to do something about this, but they're a small recon element. They're not going to be able to take this out by themselves. So they radio back into headquarters. Headquarters agrees they need to get rid of it. So they send in an entire hatchet force, which is like 30 to 60 guys that are meant to actually engage the enemy. They go, they link up with the hatchet force. They bring them to the cache. And while they're making their way to this enemy cache, they get ambushed. A concealed enemy machine gun position,
Well, shit. Seems like they beat you to the punch.
Seals itself starts opening fire on Howard and all of his men. Howard dons his plot armor and rushes the machine gun nest by himself, gets to the mouth of it, and drops all 4 men inside of this nest. While that was happening, another enemy machine gun nest unconcealed itself, unbeknownst to Howard, and as soon as he clears the first one, he blacks out.
My dude is actually playing actual Battlefield. Everything that he's done up to this point is shit that I would see in a Battlefield game. Running up to a Jeep or a troop transport truck, throwing explosives in there and fucking off, right? Like, sprinting towards machine gun fire and just killing 4 motherfuckers that probably didn't even see you or even notice you, right? Just taking dog tags, stabbing them up. Everything he's done up to this point is shit that I've actually done in the Battlefield games.
He got lit up by that second machine gun nest, and when he comes to, he's shot through his left shoulder, he's got a broken clavicle, and he's got blood all over his face. He was just shot in the face again. In hindsight, he thinks it was a ricochet because it didn't penetrate his actual skull. Regardless, he's not doing that great. So he lays there and waits for the medic to come help him out. No, I'm just kidding. He starts crawling towards the other enemy machine gun nest after being shot, and he starts making his way there, and then he starts taking fairly accurate fire from an enemy marksman off in the distance, grabs his Car 15, returns fire, kills that guy, continues crawling to the enemy machine gun nest, gets right up to the mouth of it, and hits it with a grenade. From here, he runs back to his men, makes it to cover, and they start getting lit up by that first machine gun nest all over again. More bad guys have spawned from the jungle and manned this gun all over again. Made a mistake, left the machine gun operable, not about to make that mistake again. Looks to one of his men, says, "Give me that rocket launcher." Hands Bob the rocket launcher. Bob pops up out of the ditch, fires a rocket launcher directly at this nest, blows the entire thing up. From here, the hatchet force and everybody else moves in. They burn all the food, they blow up all the ammunition, they exfil, they get extracted by helicopter. Bob gets sent off to the hospital. Bob gets patched up at the hospital, gets out of the hospital, gets in a helicopter. They fly him to MACV-SOG headquarters with one other guy that was there that apparently did exceptional things in the battle as well, and they go into a meeting with General Westmoreland, the 4-star general that is in command of all of SOG. Westmoreland then sits him down, tells him that that was one of the biggest enemy caches they've ever found, and that this mission was an enormous success, and both of them performed incredibly.
I'd be like, well, I would hope so, sir, because I've taken my second shot to the fucking face. So, that better be goddamn important. Tired of getting shot in the face, sir. I gotta be honest.
And basically does like the Godfather Mafia move of like, I owe you one, what do you guys want? First guy tells General Westmoreland,
I want some kind of like face mask, something strong, dirty, quite possibly carbon fiber, maybe bullet resistant stuff. Everything else seems to be fine, sir. Just I just keep getting shots right here. This area. Just not here. Not here. Just right there. If you could help me out with that, that would be stellar, actually.
He wants to get commissioned as an officer and go off to flight school because he wants to be a pilot. General Westmoreland's like, done. Turns to Howard.
Fantastic. So, yeah, you made it to where 5.56 is no longer going to shoot me in the face. Now I just have to worry about a 7.62 and bigger. That's good. That's a fast death, though. Thank you, sir.
What do you want? Robert Howard looks him right in the eye and says, I just want to continue my combat duty.
I live for this shit.
Yeah, that's kind of what that is.
The Kia K4 and K5.
Notice how he said, I just want to continue my combat duty. Meaning that if there wasn't combat to be had, this motherfucker probably wouldn't give a fiddler's fuck about and he'd be out already. He would have I don't really feel like there's anything for him here without the combat.
From here, Bob gets back to SOB2, continues his duties as a supply sergeant, and the base commander informs him that he has written him up for the Medal of Honor. He would not wind up getting awarded it, though. It would get downgraded to a Distinguished Service Cross. Second week of December, they think they know where a battalion headquarters is for the NVA. They want to send in a big team and take them out. Basically, they're going to send in a team, get eyes on headquarters, call in an accurate airstrike, blow the entire thing up. That being said, they're expecting heavy contact. Going to be a super dangerous mission. call in the supply sergeant.
Yeah.
So they go in, they get inserted miles and miles from where they think this headquarters actually is because they want to be able to sneak up through the jungle. As soon as the helicopters touch down, they get ambushed. During this ambush, Bob ends up getting shot through the right shoulder and getting his forearm sliced up from shrapnel. Despite that, they fight off this ambush and Bob refuses to get extracted. According
It's like, did he get shot in the same shoulder twice, or did he get shot in the other shoulder this time? I don't know, man. Dude keeps getting shot.
to him, it wasn't that bad and he didn't want to be the reason they ended the mission.
I am a machine.
From here, mind you, after being shot and hit with shrapnel and getting attacked by an ambush, they then proceed to walk 2 days through the jungle to get to where they think this battalion headquarters is. So Bob and the other 9 guys in this 10-man element make it to where they think it's at. The headquarters is there. They start observing, they're looking around, they're seeing what's going on, they're watching everybody, getting intel. And they come to the realization, this isn't 1 battalion, it's 2. It is now 1,000 versus 10. But that's okay. It's not a big deal. They're not trying to engage the enemy in a 10 versus 1,000 battle.
We're just hanging around so we can lace the enemy and fucking airstrike that
just
shit.
there to call in the airstrike, which is exactly what they do. They call in the airstrike, a bunch of enemy soldiers take off running into the wood line, abandoning their HQ. They blow the HQ all to shit, at which point the airstrike is done and Bob's looking around like, they fucking missed some. So Bob goes in there, brings the other 9 guys with him, and they burn down all the rest of the buildings and tents and blow up the rest of the supplies.
Good.
Then they hightail it out of there. As they're headed back to the extraction point, they run into a bunch of the soldiers that had abandoned their HQ, and they adopt a defensive position, get in a huge firefight. Over the course of this firefight, Howard and other estimates say somewhere between 30 and 40 NVA were killed. Helicopters show up to pick them up. Everybody starts boarding the plane, and wouldn't you know it, Bob, aka the only guy that's been fucking shot and blown up, is the last one to get on the helicopter. A few days later, on December 10th, Bob would be awarded the Bronze Star with V device for his actions during this mission. From here, Bob gets patched up, goes back to being supply sergeant on SOB-2, continues going out on strap hanger missions. Like I said earlier, we don't really know the details of every single mission because all the documents were destroyed, and we only know the accounts of the missions where he earned a major medal. The next of which would come on May 14th, 1968. He goes out on a mission, they wind up getting ambushed. During the battle, Bob gets shot in the left shoulder, the right leg, and he gets blown up and has shrapnel all over him. Despite that, none of it pierces the plot armor. He continues to fight through the ambush. After the ambush is over,
Fucking how, dude? How? He's like the main soldier. Remember, y'all ever seen the movie Small Soldiers, Toy Soldiers? Can't remember what it is. Remember the main guy just kept taking damage, was missing a limb, his eye was sticking out, his hair was on fire, and he was still just fucking going against the Gorgonites. What was his name? Captain said it was voiced by Tommy Lee Jones. That's this guy. Fucking, I don't know.
Gets medevaced and sent.
Small Soldiers. That's what it is. He's that guy. Captain something. I don't know. It's kind of a douchebag. I love that character.
Back to the field hospital. His wounds are too serious for the field hospital, so they have to send him to Japan to a specialized hospital against his will. He recovers in Japan until he's stable enough for the flight back home to America. He is then sent to Fort Bragg. While in Fort Bragg recovering, his wife comes up from Texas with his daughters, and they're living in temporary housing, and one day he gets notified that he has to come to some award ceremony. Some fancy general's giving out a bunch of awards to a bunch of people that have earned him.
Probably
so he tells
Medal
his
of
wife,
Honor.
like, hey, we got to go to this award ceremony. And she's like, oh, are you getting an award? And he's like, yeah, I'm getting an award or 2 or whatever. So they show up to this award ceremony. The general's calling people up, giving out awards. And like, if you've never been to a military award ceremony, if you get an award, they read the entire citation for why you're awarded the award. They give it to you, shake hands, salute, yada, yada.
Oh God, if he hasn't told his wife or his daughter anything of what he's done, they're about to find out right now.
Robert Howard's turn rolls around. He goes up there in front of the general, and the general then has to award and read the citation for 3 Purple Hearts, 3 Army Accommodation Medals, a Bronze Star with V device, and a Distinguished Service Cross, all back to back to back.
Oh, is that it?
It's like a 45-minute affair of a general just reading to a crowd of people the stories of Bob basically being the main character. And the entire time, presumably his wife and daughters are sitting in the crowd like, I had no idea I was married to fucking Rambo.
I don't think that's the sentiment, though. I think the sentiment was probably, I have to imagine that his wife was like, yeah, honey, you can call it quits now, right? You could just, like, get the fuck out, for real, before you fuck around and die. I don't know.
Chevy trucks.
Or maybe she was just as badass as he was. I don't know. And she's like, fuck it. Keep killing him.
P20, Ghost Ray.
I can't imagine
3,
that'd be the
Ambush
case.
Ops.
He is back at SOB2, and he is no longer a strap hanger and supply sergeant. He is a full-fledged SOG infantry guy, and he's going to be leading teams. By November 10th, a SOG team goes out on a mission. They end up getting pinned down and are not able to get extracted. The best estimates is this is not conventional NVA forces. This is some type of special unit that has been brought in to go toe-to-toe with SOG, and they need to go in there with a bunch of more guys and finish the job. This mission would go on to become known as Slam 7, when a massive SOG force, 115 men, all go in to help recover this team. So the choppers come in and they're taking fire in the landing zone immediately. Howard jumps out of the helicopter.
Given that their teams are relatively usually small, 100 of these motherfuckers? Oof.
When it's still 15 feet above the ground and starts returning fire, killing 2 enemies immediately. They continue fighting through this ambush. They make their way to this SOG recon team, and it's a scene out of a horror movie. All of the members of this recon team have been executed. Every one of these guys was severely wounded in battle, and then they were executed by being shot in the head by the NVA. While other men are still engaging the enemy, Howard and some of the other leaders on the ground are examining the bodies. They're going to recover the bodies, and Howard notices that one of the men's eyes is tracking him, even though he's been shot in the head, in addition to having 19 other gunshot wounds. They call the helicopters back in. They start coming in. They're loading up the bodies and all the wounded men. The helicopters are taking off, and one of the helicopters ends up getting shot down by massive anti-aircraft guns. Their best guess is that it's an anti-aircraft set up on the back of a half track. So then they go, they rescue those guys, get them out of there, and then they call in for orders like, hey, there's heavy anti-aircraft guns. What do you want us to do? Thinking they're still going to get extracted. The whole point of coming out here was to recover the men or the bodies of the men. That's what they've done.
But I think y'all are too close. Y'all are too close to the enemy. The enemy knows where this area is, so they're about to lock it the fuck down. Nothing comes in, nothing comes out, period. This is like one of your homies going down to sniper fire, and he's out in the open. What are you gonna do? Expose yourself? Yeah, sure, you might get to him. Yeah, sure, you might be able to pick him up. But you're not gonna get very far before you get got to, you know? So, I have to find another way.
Time to leave. Chain of command says you need to take
That's sometimes the case in some of those situations.
out the anti-aircraft guns. You don't know where it came from,
Yep.
Go find them and take them out.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, this just turned into an overnight operation. They
Yeah.
bed down for the night. They get ambushed in the middle of the night with grenades and mortars, one of which
Since y'all are there, y'all were supposed to be the recovery team, but since the recovery is not going to happen, y'all have since been upgraded to an assault team. After y'all are done, then we'll send another recovery team, or y'all can just do both jobs at the same time. Once y'all are done, recover, I guess. Recover with what you have. If anything's left behind, let us know. We'll send another team, I guess. They're sending 100 motherfuckers, so this is a big significant portion of their already established team they have in country, I feel. So.
peppers Howard's entire backside with shrapnel. Howard then calls in air support, orders his men to only return fire with 40mm grenade launchers because that's not going to give off a muzzle flash, giving the enemy their position.
Yeah.
Airstrike comes in, the NVA leaves, they're cool for the rest of the night. The next day, this massive element of about 100 men now is still moving, looking for these anti-aircraft guns, and the entire time they're just thinking like, this is too big of an element, we're too far behind enemy lines, this is a horrible idea.
And you're looking for something that you don't know exactly where it is, too. I was gonna say that earlier, but I was like, "Fuck it." In my head, I was like, maybe the chain of command knows something that they don't. Usually, that's the case, but lots of times it's you know more than command because you're actually there. And I was thinking the same thing. I was like, and it's probably an open area too, pretty exposed, not a lot of room for cover, or maneuvering, or outmaneuvering your enemy. If you just so happen to get attacked or get engaged, or yeah, man, you're just missions that are based off of hope. I rarely go good.
Day after that, they're completely out of supplies. They need food, they need water, they need more ammunition. None of these guys were planning on this being a multi-day operation.
Yeah.
So they call in a supply drop, they get the supplies, they got food, they got water, they got ammo. The only problem is they're behind enemy lines, and now the enemy has a general idea where they're at because they saw the supply drop. They get surrounded by the NVA, they have to hunker down, a massive firefight ensues, and they have to call for extraction or they're all gonna die. Helicopters start showing up, they're getting the wounded on board first, they're starting to get some guys out of there, and then like the third helicopter gets shot down, and now they have to go rescue those guys too. So Howard leads a team and they go rescue the crew from the downed chopper, get them back while they're still loading choppers and getting people out of here. Remember, they got 100 guys and you can only fit so many on a helicopter.
Dog, at this point in the story, there hasn't really been much. Well, it was just a recovery mission, but man, this is going nowhere at the moment.
Trying to coordinate the choppers landing in between waves of NVA attack. That way the choppers aren't getting shot down while they're in this massive firefight.
This is a fucking shit show, man, and these are special operators. Imagine if this was just your regular run-of-the-mill meat shield soldier. This is catastrophic.
And as time passes, it starts to get dark out, and they're going to have to be out there overnight. Howard and the remaining men on the ground are basically stuck there fighting all night long. However, they get a ton of air support. They've got A-10 Sky Raiders dropping napalm. They even get a C-47 Spooky gunship, which is a predecessor to the AC-130. Literally a cargo plane that a bunch of grunts just cut the sides out of, and mounted artillery and miniguns that just circles around them, mowing down anything that tries to get near them all night long. During this night, Howard gets hit with another grenade and has more shrapnel inside of him, which he's pretty much more shrapnel than Guy at this point.
Dude, at this point, he should look like fucking Cyborg, right? Just a little bit? Just a fucking little bit. Or like, well, this is a perfect example. You should have fucking metal just like trying to seep into your heart at this point. Dude, how are you alive? How? And how are you still all the way there after getting injured? Maybe it's because all these injuries are happening so quickly, back to back to back. I don't know, man. How long did Robert end up living? That's probably a spoiler for this video because it usually tells you at the end. But if he ended up living past 60, he's gonna feel this shit eventually, dude. Like,
I am Iron Man.
yeah.
Finally, morning comes around. It's foggy as shit out. The battle.
And he ended up feeling it too, right? That's why he had to get a whole new fucking battery. He had to create a whole new ass element just to stay alive. But
died down. It's really looking like they're going to make it out of this alive. And through the fog, there's two silhouettes coming towards them with their hands in the air, and it's two NVA soldiers. Howard and the commanding officer both yell, "Don't shoot," because if they're surrendering, we want to take them in for intel because very few NVA soldiers have been captured to gain intel. Unfortunately, with this massive SOG element, there was a large contingency of indigenous people that were fighting alongside SOG, and those guys did not listen and shot both of them immediately.
damn. Fuck, man. Don't you think it would have been? Reminds me of a scene from The Boys. But yeah, they weren't having it. They were like, there's nothing you can learn from these pieces of shit. They used to be my neighbors. Trust me, I know them. They ain't gonna tell you nothing. Fuck it. Kill them. But if they're surrendering, there is a good degree of belief in one's head that if they're surrendering, they're also willing to speak. If you're not willing to speak, why turn yourself in? You're just willingly putting yourself in a position to get fucking tortured. So, yeah. They got a little bit too fanatical. They hate their own people more than more than we did at that time, and we were there specifically to fight them.
At this point, Howard's pissed, the commanding officer's pissed off, and they're just like, fuck. They're waiting on the choppers to come, and after a couple of minutes, another silhouette comes walking forward with his hands up. It's another NVA trying to surrender, and before anybody can react, Howard jumps up and sprints at the guy and literally picks him off the ground, throws him down, makes sure he doesn't have anything on him, and then carries him back into their position. From here, they get
Is that a real photograph?
throws him down, makes sure he doesn't...
I think it is. Yeah. He put his whole life on the line just in the name of intelligence. Think about it, because the other indigenous locals, they already shot two of them because they were like, fuck that, nah, man, we ain't doing that. These people been fucking on us. Nope, die. But for the sake of intelligence, he threw his whole body, man. Get down, Mr. President. Except it was the enemy. That's crazy.
Have anything on him, and then carries him back in.
That's actually wild. Speaks volumes of his character, because I see no situation, I see no instance, I see no possibility or alternate reality where I throw my body on in the middle of a firing line for the enemy. not the enemy I was fighting against anyways, right? So, I mean, hell, maybe I do make this very same decision if I'm in his boots, but I'm not in his boots, and I never was. So, would I ever make a decision like this? Absolutely fucking not, man. At least not in the name of intelligence. But that's just like my rank speaking. This is a completely different type of soldier, man. Way different from anything I ever was or ever would be. So, but I'm just saying, I don't think I could make that very same choice. Deborah, what's good?
Into their position. From here, they get extracted, they make it out. Howard actually has to go to a bigger hospital because the little aid station on their fob isn't big enough to handle his injuries. So he gets sent off to the hospital. While he's there, he finds out that that is only one of 3 NVA that have been captured by SOG in years. And the
One of... You got to give it to these NVAs. Like, one of 3 that have been captured in years of fighting the Americans. Slippery little bastards. That's to be commended. It's not easy. It's not easy to hide from Americans. I know Osama did it for a long time, but like, I mean, we captured a lot of those people. This is like covering. That's wild.
The intel that they gained from him led to 9 successful bombings of NVA bases. For this, he was again written up.
Offending everybody. I think I've seen a video that was titled that, or maybe the name of the channel was that, where he proceeds to go over like the pros, cons, benefits of each race, right? And he adds stat points to each race. He also adds buffs and debuffs. Asians, blacks, whites. It's hilarious. You're telling me to check out that? I think I've seen one thing by that before. Probably down. Got to finish this and then another one. I've seen one of those videos. I don't know if there's multiples or different ones, but yeah, I was like, I like this guy. Everyone can get it. Yeah. And the fact that he put like statistical numbers and stuff, and he even used stereotypes to apply these stats, right? Some were better than others. Others had better things than others, right? It was like actually being in a video game, man. Like, if I pick this, I'm strong here, but if I pick that, I'm weak over there. If I pick a more balanced character, right, like the Mexicans or something, then I'll be good in these areas. But it was just so funny. It was too good.
Up for the Medal of Honor, but it was downgraded to a Silver Star and a Purple Heart. While at this hospital,
Silver Star and a Purple Heart, and I've taken this much damage in my career. I don't want to seem like a drama queen or anything, but I'm feeling a certain kind of way about it.
on a larger base, Bob Howard decided to do Bob Howard stuff.
But then again, when you are this guy and you've done everything he's done and you've taken as much damage as he's taken, these normal, simple awards like Bronze Stars and V Devices and Purple Hearts truly don't encapsulate the service of this guy. It doesn't really... It still doesn't paint a good story. It still doesn't paint how this guy is borderline indestructible. These awards, they're too simple for him. I feel like a brand new award needs to be made for this man. Like, I don't know, I'm pretty keen on the Terminator award. That doesn't sound like a half bad one. And the award can just, the badge for it can just be like a skull with knives and guns going through. I don't know, man. But
and he didn't like the food in the hospital, so in his hospital pajamas, he leaves the hospital and just goes to a normal chow hall. While he's at this chow hall, two Vietnamese on a moped pull up and throw a grenade into the crowd of soldiers. Everybody freaks out, everybody's diving, nobody knows what to do. The MP that's standing there with a gun, because he's the only guy with a gun right now, is just like locked up, not knowing what to do. Howard, in his hospital...
I mean, he could have opened fire on the guys that thrown the grenade, but at what cost? And he can't shoot the grenade. I suppose he could run and jump on the grenade, but I don't think he gets paid that much at the moment to be able to sacrifice himself that way. Everyone's ducking for cover, but let me guess. Robert's there to eat. And he don't give a shit what's going on. Food will be eaten.
Hospital pajamas, grabs the M16 from the MP, gets down in a prone position, shoots the passenger off the moped, causing the driver to crash, and then chases down the moped, confronts the driver, they get into an altercation, and he shoots that guy too. He then walks back to the chow hall, hands the rifle back to the MP, and finishes his lunch.
If I'm that MP, I'm quitting my job, I'm hiding my face for the rest of time. Man, That's shameful. That's, yes, it does make Robert look like a badass, but look at how it makes you look, man. The opposite side of the badass coin is a coward's face, and that's you. Jesus, man. Just quit, dude. You're not good for this.
Do a little tailgate?
Yeah.
That's one thing I can say never happened to me in the face of combat, man. I threw up on my way to a firefight. Yes. I started hearing the gunfire as the gunfire got louder, as the crack of the bullet started to become more intense. I puked. But I still did my job, right? I've had weapons jam, but I still did my job. But never have I ever been in a combat situation and I was just like, just frozen fucking solid, frozen stiff in fear, just like a fucking statue. Like, you need to get out of that line of work before you turn into the fucking police officer that fought for his life against an acorn. Y'all remember that? Of course y'all remember that, man. We're all gonna remember that for the rest of fucking time. That's what that man did. Captain Z, what's good? Oh shit.
What's going on? So Howard recovers, gets back to SOB2, starts going out on missions again. His next big mission is to go out and recover a SOG operative that is MIA from a previous mission. So they go in with helicopters, and as soon as the helicopters come out, they start getting lit up by enemy gunfire. It's an ambush. They are using this guy as bait. Howard ends up making it out of the helicopter. He estimates that there was probably 2 platoons launching this ambush, and in the first opening seconds, 8 NVA soldiers got killed. In the opening minutes of this battle, Howard gets hit with an enemy grenade.
Well, I will say that I did say, man, to only have that little amount of NVAs captured, that's looking pretty good on the NVA's part, right? They're slippery. But you also have to account on just how many of them we killed and just how quickly we removed them from the battlefield at times, right? Like, they arrived, launched an ambush, boom, lost 8. Instantly, at the drop of a hat, blink of an eye, 8, gone, right there. Just off of launching. So like, and you can't capture what's dead, right? So
up close, it launches him 10 feet down a hill, and he is now unconscious. When he finally comes to,
he's injured again.
It launches him 10 feet down a hill, and he is now unconscious. When he finally comes to, he wakes up and he sees red. Not like he sees red, he's angry and he just drank a Monster Energy drink and his
got blood in his eyes.
His name's Kyle, and he sees a bunch of drywall red. No, like, that's the only thing he sees is the color red, and for a minute, he freaks out thinking he's been blinded. He still hears gunshots and explosions going off all around him. All hell's breaking loose. He has no idea how long he's been unconscious. He starts wiping his eyes, and they're just caked with blood. He's bleeding all over the place, and his vision starts finally coming back. He reaches for his gun. It's been blown up by the grenade. It's completely worthless. He goes to stand up. He can't. He shattered one of his ankles. So he is now behind enemy lines in the middle of a gunfight.
And he can't walk.
Blown up, can't walk, and has no gun. And then he hears screaming and smells burning flesh. All the rest of the men that aren't injured have made their way into the wood line off of the landing zone, and there is now an NVA soldier that is going to all of the wounded men, mostly indigenous guys, and Robert Howard, and he is walking up to them with a flamethrower and burning them alive. At this point, Howard knows he's fucked. He's about to get burned alive, so he starts...
So retarded. What a waste of fuel. What a waste of gas. What a waste of a weapon that could be better used offensively or defensively, and you're using it for... My man, a pistol would suffice, and you would waste less that way, but anyways, whatever.
It's digging around for anything he has on him that's going to be helpful. He ends up finding a frag grenade. His hands are so messed up, he can't really use his fingers yet with a lot of dexterity. So he's fighting, trying to get his fingers in, and he manages to pull the pin on this grenade, and he's holding the spoon down, and he figures, you know, I'll blow myself up rather than get cooked. But he waits. He's in some tall grass. Maybe this guy isn't going to see him, and he's not going to have to blow himself up. So that's what he does. He just waits there, holding this grenade spoon down so it doesn't blow up. He's got the pin in the other hand. In case he gets lucky, he can shove that back in, and it's all good. And he waits. And he waits, and eventually the flamethrower walks up right in front of him. And he is right there, and him and the flamethrower
Grab the grenade, reach really fast before he sees you, stuff it down his shirt, give him a push, and pray. That's it. Pray.
lock eyes, and the flamethrower sees that Howard's holding a grenade, and that dude's got a flamethrower attached to his fucking back. If Howard lets it go, Howard's taking this guy with him, and he knows it. And Howard, with his dark veteran sense of humor, all he can think to himself is, fucking gotcha. And this flamethrower and Howard are just looking at each other right in the eyes. Howard's got this big shit-eating grin on his face like, I'm gonna take you with me. And eventually the flamethrower just kind of nods and starts to step backwards. And as soon as that happens, the SOG guys in the tree line see the flamethrower and start shooting at him, and he takes off running into the tree line. Howard throws the grenade after him, has no idea if he hit the guy or not, turns around and starts crawling towards his men. And the crazy part, in his head, he wasn't thinking, I need to get to my guys to get help for me. In his head, he
God, dude, I'm thinking of that situation and like every angle that it could go depending on what decision you make. It's your life is 50-50 no matter what choice you make there. Right? If you try to just like put it on him and push him away, there's still a chance you die. There's still a chance. There's no situation, any decision you make in that moment. Because I was going through all of it in my head. I was like, he could try to put it on him. He could, I don't know, drop it, try to crawl away. But no, that was good to hold on to it, because what does that guy with the flamethrower actually do in this situation? If you say fuck it and drop it, he's got to make a decision. Do I drop my flamethrower and my tank right here and run? Do I run with my tank and my flamethrower and pray that shrapnel doesn't hit my tank as I'm running away? Right? That was just that. What an insane situation. It reminds me of the one situation. It was. Y'all remember? It was the dude walks through a door, right? And as he's walking through the door, another German walks through the door on the opposite side. And they both pull out their weapons to shoot at each other. They miss every bullet. And then, in all their embarrassment, they both turn around and leave. They survive. Like, yeah. I wonder what happened to that guy with the flamethrower. I'm sure he did die. Maybe.
He was thinking, I gotta get to my guys, they need my help, which is the most main character energy shit ever. On his way there, he comes across his lieutenant, who's alive, but in worse shape than he is, really shot up, and he gets his web gear off, throws that next to him, and starts rendering first aid, and then an enemy bullet hits the LT's web gear and detonates the ammunition inside of it, launching Howard and the LT all over again. He loses consciousness. He comes to, crawls back over to the lieutenant, and starts dragging him towards the men. Finally gets to his group of guys. It's not everybody. There's only 8 guys there, plus Howard and the LT. Everybody else is scattered out throughout the battlefield. Howard takes the LT's radio, starts calling in airstrikes, tells one of the men to hand him a gun. They toss him a 1911, not wanting to give up their own rifle.
De-atomizer, that's what I'm talking about.
Noisy cricket.
Tacos at Zaxby's?
Oh, dude. No, it's fine. I could fucks with a pistol. I never, and here's the funny part about my time in the service is I never fired a pistol. Not once. Not one fucking time. I never got issued one. I never fired one, not even for fun. I never even had the opportunity to hold a pistol at all. Wild.
Strikes a squad of MVA. They charge their position with bayonets, wanting to take him alive. Howard ends up shooting 3. His men take out the rest. Howard's still on the radio. They're sending in gunships. As the gunships are approaching, one of the indigenous fighters that's with him ends up taking a bullet to a smoke grenade on his web gear, freaks out, throws that off of him, and over the radio, Howard hears, where are you in relation to that purple smoke? And Howard's looking at this in front of him, just like that.
Yeah.
That's us. As the gunships arrive, the battle kind of dies down a little bit. Howard takes the moment to set up an actual perimeter, directing his men's fields of fire, and he's sending runners out to other small groups of SOG guys that got separated, and he gets everybody on the ground consolidated. He now has about 30 men. From here, Howard asks the medic how his lieutenant's doing. The medic says he's doing everything he can, but he doesn't think he's going to make it, to which Howard...
The lieutenant's still alive? He was riddled with bullets before he got blown up.
Replies, and I quote, make him make it. Howard then brings in all the able-bodied men that he has them consolidate ammunition, and then pretty much just tells them how it is. We're not moving anymore. We're going to stay right here. You're going to fight or you're going to die, and if you try to run, I will shoot you myself.
Everyone fights. No one quits.
That's good.
If you don't do your job, I'll shoot you.
He then directs his men where to place claymores and asks his men if anybody has strobe lights, collects all the strobe lights that they have, and crawls around their perimeter and places the strobe lights in place before crawling back to the center to man the radio. Once back,
I don't know what those strobe lights are for. If anything, in the dead of night, I could see them being very fucking disorienting if you get ambushed.
back at the radio, he tells headquarters that his perimeter is marked and they need to shoot pretty much everywhere that isn't inside of this triangle. They tell him
that's what the lights are for. Oh, okay.
The Huey gunships are 15 minutes out. He doesn't have 15 minutes. The NVA just launched another major attack. The only thing they have right now is a Cessna 01 Bird Dog circling overhead, mostly there to help coordinate airstrikes, but it does have 4 white phosphorus rockets on board. It's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. Robert tells them exactly where to fire these rockets. They fly by, fire the 4 white phosphorus rockets, and repel this wave of the attack. The 01 Bird Dog pilot then radios down to Robert, "That's all we've got," to which Robert replies, "You got an M16 up there?" And they're like, "Yeah." He goes, "Fly by and drop it off. I need one." So now at least he's got a gun and he's got to survive another 10 minutes before the Huey gunships get there. NVA launches another attack, this time.
Yeah, that's the most insane shit. I think that's the most insane thing I've heard so far in this video, which is crazy, right? Given everything we've heard. Dude got an M16 dropped off by a plane. Man, that's... Which is... It's just one of the. It's just insane because usually when things get dropped off by planes, that's usually a tank. It's usually a vehicle. It's usually insane amount of supplies. Usually something to outfit a platoon, a battalion. No, just a drive-by for one singular weapon. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
They're trying to come through a creek bed. Robert directs his men to use 40mm grenades and just start lobbing them into this creek bed and repels that wave of the attack. The next wave comes. This time they're coming towards the same place that Robert had all of his men place all the claymores. They let him get up close, detonate the claymores, repel that wave. Finally, the Huey gunships show up, but it's getting dark out. They can't see much.
Robert is he's a very, very good tactician, man. He's very, very good at using his surroundings, using every single, not a single tool, not a single person, not a single piece of gear is going unused for all of this. He is very good at taking his resources and allocating them properly on the battlefield, which is just that's so good when you're a leader, when you're someone of high rank.
So Howard has to direct their fire from the radio on the ground. And this goes on for hours. When the Hueys run out of fuel...
Just very, very good tactical knowledge and just knowledge of your surroundings and of the terrain. Something I wasn't good at, man, when I was in the service. Mainly because I didn't have to do it all that much. We had BFTs, we had GPS and stuff like that, so... But it's probably still something that I wish I would have taken the time to practice more and get more proficient on while I was in the service, because you can't rely on technology all the time at all whatsoever. So
and ammunition, they get cycled.
Sometimes you don't have it, and the fight still continues even if you don't have it or it fails.
Out with a Moonbeam gunship, and when that runs out of fuel and ammunition, they bring in F-3 Phantoms. They're just cycling out whatever aircraft they have to get Howard the fire support that he needs, and the entire time he is on the ground directing their fire. He is quite literally like an orchestra conductor guiding a symphony of destruction all around him. And this goes on for 4 hours before...
And his area of operation is huge, man. Comparatively to what other soldiers of his caliber would be having to command. It's just like, oh.
Howard gets word that Hueys are on their way to come extract him. The first Huey shows up, they get it loaded up with wounded, dead, and indigenous fighters. Howard, even though he's injured, refuses to leave the combat zone. First Huey takes off, second Huey lands. More men get loaded on that Huey. Again, Howard took the saying, if you can walk, you're not that injured. You're not that hurt if you can actually walk. He took that shit to heart, took it very seriously. He applied it a lot. Nah, man, I can still walk. Yeah, sir, but like your eyeballs are hanging by a thread. It's fine. I only need one to aim. I usually close the other anyways, and that's the one that I usually close. It's fine. Just good. I closed that one. I'm fine. I got it. refuses to leave. He is the highest ranking man on the ground, and he is going to be the last one out. After the second Huey leaves, it is now just Howard, 2 other SOG guys, and 2 indigenous fighters. As the third and final Huey pulls up, they get the 2 indigenous on board. 1 SOG guy hops in the helicopter as Howard and the remaining SOG guy get into an argument right at the helicopter. Howard has just seen the dead body of his lieutenant off in the distance. He was originally loaded on the first helicopter, and because he had passed, some of the indigenous fighters decided they were going to throw his corpse out of the helicopter to lighten the load so the helicopter could get out of there faster.
One guy lightened the load? Nah, you're full of shit. You probably threw out more than just him. One person would have lightened the load for that helicopter. Really? One person? I have to imagine at this time, given the standards, that this lieutenant, minus the gear that he had on, because they take all your gear off when you're getting first aid, probably weighed between 150 and 190 pounds. You remove that from the helicopter. How much more fucking full of shit, NBA?
Robert Howard is not about to leave his lieutenant out there. The other SOG guy in the helicopter hops out, and the 3 of them go out, retrieve his body, drag it back to the helicopter, get him loaded up. The other 2 SOG guys get loaded in the helicopter and then pull Howard into the helicopter as he is the last man out.
I'm so glad that happened without a hitch, because had they gotten into a firefight and gotten fucked up because they weren't able to leave because they had to go retrieve someone that should have already been extracted. Oh man, I can just imagine how pissed off Robert would have been had that been the case. Like, we were scot-free, and then I can't leave him. That's the equivalent of losing, man. Right? So
John Reed wants...
I'd have been angry too. Fuck. Yo, John, what's good, man? How are you? How's your Wednesday? Hopefully y'all are all having a happy hump day. Hope y'all have had a good week.
Waiting for you. Just donate.
From here, Howard is immediately shipped off to a hospital in Saigon to be treated for his injuries. The chain of command then debriefs all of the remaining men that they have, and pretty much everybody has the same story. They all would have died if it weren't for the leadership of Robert Howard. The men on the ground were credited with 25 to 50 kills, and the airstrikes directed by Robert Howard were credited with at least 50, most likely more. For this, Robert Howard is awarded a 2nd Distinguished Service Cross and written up for the Medal of Honor for a 3rd time. After the debriefs, a couple of days go by, nobody's...
I appreciate the sentiment, but writing someone up for the Medal of Honor for a 3rd time, knowing good and well that you can only get one, it's just like, thanks for the vote of confidence, man, but it does nothing. I mean, thanks, you know, it's a good sentiment. I appreciate you thinking that I deserved it three times. He probably deserved it more than that, to be honest. But I only get one. Fortunately, so stupid.
He's really expecting to see Robert Howard anytime soon. If ever again, he might be going home for good after the extent of his injuries. And sure enough, like 4 days later, he shows up in hospital pajamas to SOB2. He was apparently satisfied with how much he had recovered in 3 days and thought the medics on SOB2 could handle the remainder of his recovery. So he went AWOL from the hospital, hitched a ride back to SOB2, and he's planning on going back out on missions already. I know I've already said this, but the dude is literally the term.
Yo, did the doctors clear you? Nah, they said they said they needed to get a second opinion, and so I gave them mine. They didn't like it, but it didn't matter, so I left. Yeah, I suppose. But you know, I don't really feel like that's specific to Robert. I've seen plenty of soldiers, hell, not just soldiers. I've seen athletes do this shit. Nah, Doc, I'm fine. It's good. I know my body, okay? While that probably worked out for Robert, it doesn't work out for a lot of us, a lot of other people, you know, because our injuries are actually that extensive, and it doesn't matter how badass you feel. Guess what? Reality is reality, and that broken fucking tibia, it doesn't give a fuck about how you feel about yourself.
Terminator. He can't be stopped.
I'm back.
The chain of command is like, look, Bob,
Fucking hell.
you're hurt. You're recommended for the Medal of Honor. You're not going out on missions. You're going to be the training NCO and whoop everybody else into shape because you obviously know exactly what you're doing. So he spends the rest of his deployment being the training NCO for all the SOG operatives going out on missions. And
Wow, I'm surprised he agreed to that. Someone who's willing to go AWOL from the hospital, which isn't like the biggest crime under UCMJ. I'm surprised they took no for an answer. Just like that easy, right? No pushback or nothing.
apparently, he was a complete hard ass. He had all of his guys out on the highway in Khartoum running to be in shape. And they're like, the base has been attacked before. We're going to get attacked while we're out here jogging. This isn't a good idea. Bob didn't really care, didn't listen. And then one time they take some indirect sniper fire. Nobody got hurt. And surely at this point, Bob's going to reconsider. There's not going to be any more jogging along the highway. Nah, Bob just orders that they all start jogging with loaded guns. Bob finishes up the remainder of his deployment. Then he is basically voluntold that he's going to go off to become an officer. So he goes back home to the States and has to go through the officer's training course with literally new
guys and young guys. And he's done everything he's done. He's seen everything he's seen. And he's him. This is a terrible place to be.
guys fresh out of college.
At least in my opinion. It's like being at a daycare center. You're out! Yeah, those are all the officers. Yep, that's...
Which is hilarious. Could you imagine being some 23-year-old kid that's got a 4-year degree from college and now you're in officer training school to be an infantry officer and you're in the same class as Bob fucking Howard, the Terminator, who's got 2 Distinguished Service Crosses and like 5 Purple Hearts at this point? Even worse, could you imagine?
And on top of that, you know, it didn't really make much sense for this guy to be training anyone because you can't train people to be that way. You just can't. So, like, to put him in charge of training other SOG operatives, yeah, that's a cool sentiment and everything, but you can't train someone to take a bullet to the face, keep going, and then take another one to the face, keep going, and then to both shoulders, and then to both legs, and then shatter his ankle, and then take shrapnel to 70% of his body, and still stay in the fight. Training doesn't teach that. That's something deep within your soul, man. You're either born with that or you're not. You don't... I don't think that's something you can teach. Something that you can, like...
Imagine being this guy's instructor tasked with teaching him how to be an infantry officer. Obviously, he passes officer candidate school with flying colors. From here, they ship him off to Ranger School, which is one of the hardest programs in any military branch ever. He basically walks through it backwards and graduates as the distinguished...
Yeah, it's almost as if you could have just gave him the tab and not sent him. But I could see where some people would find a problem with that, I suppose.
honor graduate, meaning he was literally the best guy in the entire class, which is super impressive regardless, but it's absolutely insane that Bob Howard was able to be the best guy in the entire cycle of Ranger School, despite having been blown up, shot multiple times, all the shit he's been through, and he's like 30 years old, and he's just smoking all these new recruits. After that, he goes to some other leadership school, then they send him off to Jungle Warfare School, of all the schools.
Oh my god, it's like they didn't know what to do with this man. They didn't know what to do with his talents. They didn't know what to do with his service. It's just like, you sent him to... He did all this shit already. I don't understand. That's like... Dude, that's like taking Bryce Harper. Like, I don't know if y'all know who that is. He's a really good baseball player in the major leagues, man. A really, really good hitter. That's like taking him and then sending him back to AA for no other reason than you don't know what to do with him. Hello, you leave him in the majors and let him keep fucking doing his thing. But instead, you're just like, oh, well, you know, we gotta send him to Ranger School. He's already done Ranger shit. Oh, we gotta send him to Special Forces School. He's already done Special Forces shit. Oh, we gotta send him to Officer for what? This guy's a one-man army. Oh, send him to Ranger School. All these schools, bro, that like he's already shown, and he has awards to prove it. He's got the injuries to go with what these schools would make him do. He's already done it. It's almost a waste of his time.
He apparently needs to go to. They send him to Jungle Warfare School. After that,
after basically running it up on the NVA in Vietnam, yeah, let's go back to school to do the one thing that I already aced.
They send his ass back to Vietnam, to Khartoum, to SOB2. And the crazy part, he's pumped. He wants to get back and start going out on missions. He gets there. He's told that he's still waiting for the Medal of Honor. They're not going to be sending him out on missions. He's going to resume his role as training all of the new guys. From here, he does a great job. He knows when a guy's ready to lead the team. He knows when a guy isn't. He's training these guys, toughening them up, getting them ready. Sometimes he takes it a little bit too far. There was one time he loaded shotgun shells with rock salt and was shooting it at people.
If he doesn't do it, some E4 will. So whatever. Like,
it was Vietnam. It was a different time.
And you see, the great thing for me is that this was a childhood favorite movie for me. So growing up, I thought that if I had ever went to basic training, this is how it was going to be. And then, you know, I was really young when I joined the service. So in the process of getting ready to go to basic training, I still had it in my head that this is kind of sort of how it was going to be. I was very wrong. It was not like this at all, but still.
Now say, won't complain that the world say. All right, my little patch of Brussels sprouts. Uproot yourselves, climb out the pole, get some rest. Tomorrow, lady.
Was Major Payne Special Operations? I can't remember. The movies, I never really, I'd have to watch it again just to get Major Payne's lore. I think he was Special Operations, wasn't he? He was either, he's a Marine, right? I don't know. I can't, I'd have to see, and I'd have to rewatch it just to see his lore and his career. Yeah, dude, 19. I did one semester of college. And then I finished up that semester. I dropped out and joined the service.
We gonna start the hard stuff.
So
set yourself up for whatever.
Oh, well, fuck me. Bro, too. Yeah.
Widest variety of tools at affordable prices.
So he didn't.
He was a Marine, so. He could have just been like one of those hardcore Marines that saw some shit, experienced some shit, and had to do some crazy shit. Maybe he was Special Operations, maybe he wasn't. Or maybe he was just like the guy we're talking about right now, and he wasn't officially Special Operations, but did shit with him, right? Maybe he had that vibe about him, I suppose.
He did go out on missions, but he still did get to see some action because multiple times while he was there, SOB2 was attacked and he got to help defend it. On one of these occasions, he would actually be shot in the heel during the opening portion of the battle.
And he probably thought to himself, just like the good old days. God damn, I miss this. Patch me up, Doc. Hell yeah. Been waiting on this for ages, baby. He strikes me as one of those guys, really. Like, gets shot, and that's nostalgia for him. Like, I miss that. That's so good.
Being Bob, doesn't really give a shit, just bounces right off his plot armor. He starts directing men and leading the defense of the compound. And as he's doing his thing, some special...
Some would say and make the argument that getting shot actually made him lead better. Right? Maybe. I don't know.
Comes running up to him and is like, Bob, you got a phone call. And he's like, motherfucker, I'm kind of busy right now. Let
me guess, the Medal of Honor, and then they pull him out of country in the middle of him doing his thing and just jiving.
Defending the compound, and he's like, but it's General Westmoreland. And he's like, what does he want? I mean, does he know that we're under attack right now? What's the deal? He goes, no, but he wants to talk to you. You need to go talk to him right now. So he's like, fuck, okay. So he like limps across the base, gets over to the phone. Bob answers the phone. He's like, hello. And General Westmoreland's like, Bob, how are you? And he's like, I'm good. My foot kind of hurts. I'm a little bit busy. What's up? And he's like, I just want to call and congratulate you. You're being awarded the Medal of Honor. And he's like, oh.
Yeah, so, sir, go ahead and throw on another Purple Heart there as well. Just got shot like 20 minutes ago. I appreciate that. Thank you. I gotta go. Imagine that's how that call went.
All right. And General Westmoreland's like, yeah, I've got a chopper on the way to pick you up right now. From here, he pretty much gets extracted on the spot,
And you can't say no either. I mean, yeah, you could probably try to activate a little bit of your badassery, your badass aura that you have earned throughout your military career, but you can't say no to a general. Maybe a captain. Maybe a major. Sorry, sir, but this mission's really important, and I don't have time to entertain you right now. Yeah, you can't really say that to a general. You gotta go, unfortunately. It doesn't matter how you feel.
Swept off to Washington, D.C. and gets awarded the Medal of Honor by President Nixon. From here, Robert Howard never returns to Vietnam. He had spent in total 40 months in combat. Instead, he's given instructions.
40 months. That's just for context purposes, guys. I spent a total of 23 deployed. 23 months. Well, yeah, 23, 24 months, something like that. If I counted exactly when I left and when I returned, probably even 25, 26 months deployed. 40. Then again, I have some friends today that they can match that. 40 months, man. I have friends that they deployed 7 times. Dude, 7, 6, 5, like. Holy shit, dog. I was tapped out after 2. Really. Had the military not got rid of me, I would have left on my own after my contract expired. I wasn't re-enlisting twice. I can tell you that right now. People have asked me that before. Like, hey, man, had you not got court-martialed, do you think you'd still be in? Absolutely not. I'd be on deployment number 8 by now. Hell no. Either I'd be on deployment number 8, I'd be dead already. Nope. So, yeah.
Instructor roles pretty much for the remainder of his career. He trains airborne soldiers, he trains infantry, he's an instructor at Ranger School, all kinds of stuff. And while he almost certainly does miss going out and doing Robert Howard stuff, he also appreciates the opportunity to make up for lost time with his daughters. As tough and as crazy and as violent as he could be, he treated those girls like little angels, and on one occasion, one of the teachers at the military school that they were attending decided that he was going to take his belt off and whip one of his daughters for being loud and disrespectful in class. Upon hearing this, Robert Howard then instructed his daughter to get in the car. They drove to the officer's house on base. He walked up to the front door, rang the doorbell, made his daughter apologize to the officer for being disruptive in class, and then sent his daughter back to the car and then proceeded to beat the shit out of him on his own porch. He then was stationed down in Fort Lewis, where he was an officer with the 2nd.
The best part of that is that he made his daughter apologize before whooping his ass. Like, sweetie, next time you need to be quiet. I don't like what happened to you, but you need to follow the rules. Say you're sorry. Good. Thank you. Now you piece of shit. Oh, I'm about to do you like I did the NVA. Like...
Ranger Battalion, where he was known for training extremely hard with his guys.
Oh, that was it? He didn't get demoted or nothing or none of... Well, he was out of the service by then, right? I'm assuming he didn't get arrested.
That's where he was an officer with the 2nd Ranger Battalion, where he was known for training extremely hard with his guys and leading from the front. During a field training exercise, they were going to jump out of a plane, simulating an airborne mission, and then they were going to pack their shit up and road march 26 miles. Upon jumping out of the plane, Robert Howard's chute doesn't open properly, and he hits the ground at twice the speed he's supposed to. The medics overseeing the LZ run up, assuming that this guy is dead, only to find Robert Howard packing up his chute. He looks over at the medics and says, if this shit gets any harder, I'm gonna quit. He then proceeds to finish the 26-mile road march.
Now he's just pissing me off. Really. I can take you catching a couple lucky breaks by getting shot in the face. You're just showing off at this point. That's it. Really. You're starting to piss me off, actually. Starting to anger me. Really. Like,
how you doing?
I'm back, motherfucker!
Okay, Robert Howard might be the biggest badass I've ever covered, which is saying an awful lot. I've never seen plot armor this...
Never seen someone talk so much shit without actually talking shit. You know what I mean? It's impressive. Gets shot, brushes it off. Shrapnel, brushes it off. Blown up, brushes it off. Broken bones, brushes it off. Falls out of a goddamn plane, nothing happens, brushes it off. He's essentially talking shit to all of us without even having to say anything. Because none of us are brushing any of that shit off in 99% of fucking... We all die, guys. We all die. We insert ourselves into this man's reality. We don't make it 15 minutes
thick, it's absolutely insane. He continues to serve in the military in multiple roles until finally retiring in 1992 after 36 years in service at the rank of colonel. He would then pass away at the age of 70 in 2009, and that is a story of
70. 70. Dude. I've seen people die from one bullet, guys. One bullet I've seen take people off this planet. But he was like, I'm not like most people. You know what I mean? So, I'm fine. That's wild. Imagine this guy in modern day combat. You know what that looks like? Jail. Jail. Bro, Fort Leavenworth, jail. That's what that looks like. This guy operating in modern day combat with me in Afghanistan, jail. Immediately. Like yesterday, man. Prison. But nah, he gets to be a badass and revered and shit and fucking... Yeah, we try to do anything like this today. It's... Yeah. He talks at the end? Okay.
Robert Howard, the most gangster supply sergeant of all time, the most decorated...
I really forgot that he was a supply sergeant. Right? Like...
Green Beret of all time, and quite literally the human embodiment of the Terminator. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is...
Honestly, I feel like there's a Street Fighter character based on this fucking man. It's not Johnny Cage. It's some other badass fucking guy with blonde hair. Or is that some other badass guy that's swole as fuck with blonde hair? Kind of looks like the protagonist from the Rocky movies. Maybe or maybe not he has a military background. Guile? That's the one. Let me look up Guile, actually. It's been a minute. That's him, bro. That's him. This is Robert Howard. I shit you fucking not. This is Robert Howard. Yeah, the Street Fighter guy. This is him. We found him. I forget his history, his lore. But yeah, I want to say his prior service. Yeah, dog tag, probably Marines. Actually. This is him. We found him. But you know the crazy part is I think that Robert Howard actually might be more badass than Guile. I forget all about Guile. I forget what he's about. I said Johnny Cage. That's Mortal Kombat. Stupid. All right. Who requested the video of the entitled military officer? The Karen. Are you still here by chance? Yo, I'm so excited to go trick-or-treating with my niece, guys. I don't think you have any idea. I don't know why I get more excited for... Dude, I love Halloween more as an adult than I did as a kid. It's strange, right? I just don't do much of the, I just don't eat a lot of candy. That's one thing I don't do. And mainly what I think it is I just love this time of year. Like, it's not absurdly hot, but it's also not insanely cold. And the trees start to change colors. This is like the one moment in time where I love the weather. I love being outside. And then it gets unbearably fucking cold, and I no longer feel that way, and I hate everything. Back to hating everything. Back to being in a perpetually bad mood. You are perfect. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate you being patient. I might go smoke real quick before we start this. Won't take me long. I put it in my watch later. Ooh, let me see what's in my watch later. I've added to this. I just haven't taken anything away. Oh no, I think I've seen all this. I did want to watch this 13 things that instantly disqualify you from the military in 2025, because I just want to see how it's evolved and how it's changed, because in the 40s, military had different rules on what disqualified you. In the late 90s, there was a whole completely different set of things that disqualified you. When I joined, there was a whole different set of shit that disqualified you. One thing that has stayed consistent is that I feel like it gets harder and harder to join the military each year, depending on who's in charge, because if it's a Republican, they always want to strengthen the military. If it's a Democrat, they always want to downsize. So the standards and the prerequisites, they go up and down and they fluctuate, but for the most part, I feel like steadily it gets more and more difficult. Halloween is not that popular in the UK. Why? It's really popular here. I don't really feel like Halloween is an...
What if you were prepared?
I don't really feel like Halloween is an American-specific holiday, or is it? Did we make that shit up? I feel like that was like a worldwide thing. I feel like everyone did Halloween. Right? I know not everyone does Christmas, but Halloween? I don't feel like we made that shit up. I feel like everyone partakes, but...
For all those interview curveballs.
Ireland started it? I don't know if I should believe. I'll take that with a grain of salt. Maybe. Okay, let me run outside. Smoke real quick. We watched this one, I think, right? The Father of America's Navy, John Paul Jones. I feel like we did. I don't know. Can't remember. We never did because it came out 6 days ago. Wagner versus Delta Force. Delta Force clapped silly little Wagner group in 2018. I never really followed much of that in 2018, nor did I care to. So I'm going to put that on my watch later. We'll watch that at some point. I heard a lot about the Wagner group, but there's always just... I think that was a point in time where I was kind of just like overwhelmed with news, and I just wasn't paying attention to anything for like a solid couple months, and I just missed that moment in the news cycle. Start here in a minute. Okay. I'll go smoke real quick. It shouldn't take me long. Let me make sure. Okay, good. Making sure I didn't get commercials. Oh, fuck. Alright. Give me one moment. Alright. Shit everywhere. Alright. So misunderstood. If she wanted, then I let her. Everybody knows if I want her, then I get her. She gave me that look, yeah, she knows she thinks I'm clever. I don't think I do it good, no, I think I do it great. They would do it if they could, they can't do it, so they hate. Everybody wanna look, but nobody wanna play. Stealing eyes like a crook while I put it on display. I don't do it by the book, no, I do my own thing. That's why every single
rush, cause I'm finally getting paid. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah. Let's go. Catch me at the top, sipping shots of Patron. I will never stop till the road is my home. I'm about to pop, everybody's gonna know. When the beat drops, they be yelling B-ho. Girls in crop tops, drop tops at a shows. Mini skirts rock, got us all like whoa. All the pretty ladies lined up front row. Driving me crazy, I just wanna take them home. Got it on lock, yeah, you could call me pro. Parties on the blocks, make sure the girls know. Now it's getting hot up in here, oh no. Think Nelly had it right, better take off all your clothes. Future's looking bright, now I'm finally in the zone. 3 years of my life, I committed to the growth. Soldier boy, tell them #1 ringtone. I'm the reason people texting, cause they're blowing up your phone. I don't think I do it good, no, I think I do it great. They would do it if they could, they can't do it so they hate. Everybody wanna look, but nobody wanna play. Stealing eyes like a crook while I put it on display. I don't do it by the book, no, I do my own thing. That's why every single hook got them singing like me. And I ain't in any rush, cause I'm finally getting paid. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah.
Okay. Good. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. I think I saw where it said that this lady was entitled military doctor thinks she is above the law during DUI arrest. Only an officer, man. Only an officer would they think, even if you got pulled over by MPs, which is military police, or BP, base police. Because I know that, I don't know, enlisted, they get pulled over for a DUI. They already know. They're just like, fuck. Hey, officer, can you just, like, not call my commander? You can just take me to jail. Let's keep this all quiet and shit. Please don't call my commander. I'll go to jail, man. It's Friday. I don't have work tomorrow. It's cool, man. I get out on Monday. It's fine. But we already know. It's these officers, man. I don't know what that rank does to y'all's brains where y'all think that shit just don't apply. I don't know. Let's see. But there's alcohol involved, so that probably has a lot to do with it. Alcohol always gives you a false sense of superiority and invincibility for multiple reasons. Here we go. Let's see what her actual rank is.
Not at this moment. Good afternoon. Hey, Colonel, you want to roll your window down?
No.
Colonel, man, Colonel, and ma'am. You're in uniform. You're under the influence. You were drinking in uniform? Lady, I can't tell you how weird and dumb and stupid that is. Because even in my own home, I wouldn't even drink in uniform because yo, fuck wearing that thing after 1700. And look at you.
Why not?
Why are you detaining me?
I'm not detaining you, Colonel. I'm stopping you for doing 63 miles an hour in a 40-mile-an-hour zone.
Damn.
I need your driver's license, your insurance, and your registration.
Do you have proof of the speed?
Yes, I do. It's on my radar, ma'am.
May I see it?
No, you may not.
They don't have to show you evidence.
227. Send me another unit.
Officer already knows. He's like, I need
I also had you doing 73 further down the road. I need your license, your insurance, and your registration.
Officer, at this point, she's not hearing anything you're saying. She's just calculating how much trouble she's actually in, and she's trying to figure out how the fuck to get out of it and who she can quite possibly call so that she can play the victim and they can take her side. But it's not the way it works.
Can I see the radar, please?
No, ma'am, you're not entitled to see my radar.
You're incriminating me on something, and you're saying that I'm not allowed to see.
Colonel, I need your driver's license, your insurance, and your registration.
I would like to see your supervisor.
227, can you send me a supervisor?
That can be arranged.
I need your license, insurance, and registration.
When your supervisor comes, sir.
What are you hoping for, ma'am? What are you hoping for? Are you hoping that you can waste as much time as possible because you know you're drunk, so you think that if you waste time, you can use this time wasted to sober up? That's not the way that works. Kind of like the morons that think that if they eat, like, I don't know, 12 loaves of sourdough bread, that the bread is going to absorb the alcohol and somehow sober them up. Nope. Stupid. Doesn't work. It's a myth. That's not the way it goes. So, whatever your plan is,
You also don't have a seatbelt on.
damn. I didn't even notice that. Air Force. Colonel in the Air Force. I wonder what she does. She's out this late, in uniform, under the influence. She probably works late. She probably stays at the office late. Or maybe she doesn't stay at the office late. She got off work, went with some girlfriends or quite possibly some coworkers to go get drinks. And false sense of entitlement, false sense of security, and again, false sense of invincibility because of that rank sitting right there in the middle of her chest, which is fairly high rank to be an officer. And yeah, maybe when you're on base, you probably have a lot of leeway because of that rank. Hell, maybe you've driven drunk on base and you got pulled over by a MP, and the MP saw your rank and decided not to do anything. That's happened before. Something tells me that you're not on base. You're probably used to getting a lot of leeway, customs courtesies that shouldn't be afforded to you, but are because of that rank. It doesn't work like that against civilian police. They could give a rat's fuck.
What is your badge number, sir?
Yeah, you're right next to a Lowe's. You're not on base. This is civilian police you're dealing with. You're not dealing with MPs.
1721. It's my permanent ID number.
Okay, your name?
Deputy McKenzie. It's right here, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm reaching in my phone.
Go ahead. Do you have the registered owner's information?
Yo, I think after this, I'm going to go... Well, not after this video in particular, but after this stream, I'm going to go get some Zaxby's. I don't know why I told y'all that. It's just like, I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten today.
10-4, thank you.
What are you writing down? You better be writing down your letter of resignation for whatever hospital you work at. Because if you're not writing that down, whatever you're writing is not going to help you.
Badge number again, please?
1721.
And look how much like courtesy and leeway the officer gives you, because I've seen so many police interactions. I've seen so many people get pulled over. I've been pulled over myself, and I know a lot of officers, they get real pissy if you don't roll the window down enough, but as long as you can establish communication, it's far enough as it is. I'm just surprised he let her get away with it, because 9 out of 10 times I usually see cops talking about, yeah, man, roll it down at the very least half fucking way. Her leaving the window up like that is just a way for her to try to establish some type of dominance over the officer, or like show that she's in control of the situation when really she's not. She's very false sense of everything with this woman.
227.
Is her career over? Pretty much. Someone of that rank getting a DUI, and then that DUI shows up on the internet, and it shows up in this capacity. There's quite a few soldiers that get DUIs around the nation, around the country. They never show up like this. But when you're high rank, it's expected better of you. No one blinks at an E4 getting a DUI. He'll go down to E3. He'll be E4 sometime next year. It's fine, right? We've seen it happen. But when you're this high rank, it's pretty much over for you because everyone sees it, man. Like, I got in trouble whenever I was in the military. It wasn't televised, and it damn sure wasn't on the internet, right? But this is. So it's over for you. Whatever she was doing prior to this, she's going to get sent somewhere else. I don't know what she was doing in that hospital, and I don't know her capacity as a doctor. That it's the worst that happens to her, the worst. Well, no, at best. The best that happens is nothing, and she just never sees promotion. The worst that happens is she gets taken out of that hospital, and she gets sent somewhere like battalion, brigade. She gets put into an office, or maybe she gets taken off of all of her daily duties in the hospital and gets sent somewhere doing paperwork, gets sent to another wing of the hospital. That's just like bitch duty. She'll get punished somehow, man. I don't know about flat out demotion, but the at best, nothing happens. She just never sees promotion. She never goes up in rank. She never goes up in the ladder of that hospital. Ever. That's it. If it's not over, it's on a downward trend, and it's never gonna go back up at all whatsoever.
Using to provide driver's license, insurance, and registration, or roll her window down. Is there a reason why you sat at that green light for several seconds? Just sitting there, at the green light?
No, not really.
Didn't want to make your turn? With a green arrow, you didn't want to make your turn? No?
Is there something wrong about
Sitting at a green light with a
Yeah, you're impeding traffic. Pretty much.
turn signal giving you the authority to pass through the intersection. Yeah, most people, when they get a green light, they drive. Yeah.
And she's implying like, well, is that illegal? Well, I mean, I don't know the legality of it, but it is dangerous to just sit there at a fucking green light. Kind of how like it's pretty dangerous to do 20 miles an hour on the highway. Just as dangerous as it is to speed, it is dangerous to go slow. Man, that's that's why the DMV exists, so that, you know, people know.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, so she won't get kicked
Hey,
out
it's
of
a
the service.
Lieutenant Colonel. I had her doing 73 down there.
She won't get kicked out of the service, but her promotion's going to be limited, and her rise within the ranks of that hospital, not so much the rank on her chest, her rise within the rank of that hospital is going to be very limited. Her opportunities are going to be very limited, man, because you can't be this high rank and do this. You know what type of officer could do some shit like this and it'd be kind of whatever? A second lieutenant, a butter bar. But when you're at worst, a captain. But when you're a lieutenant colonel, and it's like this on the internet, you're fucking no, bro. Your career progression is about to be limited so hard. That's what it is. You're not about to have a fun time. It's the equivalent of like in video games, if you cheat, especially in first person shooters, if you're a cheater in this video game, sometimes the game won't ban you. But what the game's going to do is it's going to put you in lobbies against other cheaters. You're not going to have fun. You're not going to do good. You're severely going to be hindered because you were doing the wrong thing. Your progression is going to be hindered. You're not going to have as equal footing as everybody else. You're about to get set the fuck back for the most part. And it's still a better situation than a lot of us that are lower listed that found ourselves in the same situation have gotten as far as punishment and UCMJ action, right? So.
And then in the 40, I had her doing 63. She sat at the green turn.
Yeah, Kat, she either can't speak or doesn't want to because she truly understands just how much trouble she's in.
Turn signal.
And no, I haven't seen the trailer to Devil May Cry Season 2 because I haven't even seen Season 1.
She's refusing to roll her window down or provide any documentation. And I figured, why not get you here before I rip her out of a car?
Do it.
Do you want to talk to her before I get her out?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay. No, she did.
You hear it on his voice. He's like, yeah, I'm going to try, I guess.
But it's on the 14 from the registered vehicle.
Yes.
Are you going to roll your window down all the way?
No, can you hear me?
I can't. Problem.
I don't know. Your officer stopped me. And he won't let me see the radar.
You stopped first. Well, if you want to see the radar, you have to step out of the vehicle so you can see it. It's not a handheld device.
I don't have to step out of the vehicle.
You do by Florida law. So I'm not going to...
Florida. Eglin Air Force Base. I think. Florida. Air Force uniform. Eglin Air Force Base. There's actually another one too. Somewhere near Destin, Florida. I just can't remember the name of that one. So she's either at Eglin or she's at the one that some girl I messed around with back in the day. She used to live there because she was in the Air Force. It's right there by Destin. Destin, Florida is where it is. I just can't remember the name of the base.
Argue with you. What's going to happen is you're either going to roll the window down and cooperate from here on out,
What are you detaining
or
DUI.
Right now you're impeding an investigation.
I'm investigating for what?
For a traffic violation.
What was the traffic violation?
I already
Speeding.
explained to you, ma'am. You're doing 63 in a 40-mile-an-hour construction zone.
I'm just going to tell you what's going to happen. So either you cooperate from here on out, or we're going to break the window and pull you out of the vehicle and you're going to go to jail. It's that simple.
You're going to break my window, vandalize the car?
Yes, and
absolutely.
You're going to go to jail.
For what?
For not cooperating.
Cooperating or not cooperating is not...
This lady is either too drunk to understand, or she's so drunk that she's being ignorant and she's trying not to understand on purpose. I honestly can't tell.
Okay, I'm just telling you what's going to happen. So
Sir,
you can either just,
on my way home.
you can either go along with it.
Gas
Making
locked.
this a lot more difficult than it has to be.
Sir, are you the supervisor?
Yes, I am.
I would like to see the captain.
Okay, well, the captain doesn't...
Oh my god. Where does it end, ma'am? Where does it end? I want to see your supervisor, okay? I'm him. I want to see your captain. Let's say that they just entertain that. What are you going to say next? You want to see the mayor? My god.
It doesn't work right now, so they're on the best you're going to get.
Good.
I would never expect the captain to show up at my traffic stop. If the captain does show up at my traffic stop, I am in so much trouble.
So I'm asking you one more time: are you going to cooperate, or are they going to have to take you to jail?
Why are you taking me to jail?
Because you're not cooperating. It's just that simple.
Cooperating or not cooperating is not a crime.
Okay, but you're refusing to provide all the documentation that you want?
Yep. Not cooperating is not a crime. Yes, it is, lady. It's called obstruction.
You're supposed to provide.
I'm traveling
Okay.
on my way home.
Okay, but the United States Supreme Court says that
You're traveling on your way home. That has nothing to do with the laws that you've broken.
that we can have you step out of the vehicle during any traffic violation, during any investigation. So you are violating the law. So you can argue with me all you want. In the end, you're incorrect and you're wrong. Whatever you learned on the internet, book is all incorrect. It's not.
Bro, this can end so easy, so fast. Ask her to step out of the vehicle so that she can perform a breathalyzer. So that she can perform a field sobriety test. Ask her to say yes or no to the field sobriety test. If she says no, boom, break her shit, get her out of the car. Because at that point, if you decline field sobriety, you're going to jail no matter what. Doesn't even matter if you're sober. Take the test.
The truth. It's not right. The Florida Supreme Court has said, if I tell you to step out of the vehicle on a traffic violation, you will step out of the vehicle. So that's what I'm ordering you right now. You either cooperate and step out of the vehicle right now, or they're going to break your window, unlock your door, open the door, and pull you out of the car. And instead of just cooperating and getting a traffic violation, you're going to spend the night in jail. So are you prepared to spend the night in jail? Yes or no? Yes or no? Are you prepared to spend the rest of the night in jail? Huh? Okay, break the window and take her out. That's it.
Oh my God, that happened so fast. That officer could not wait. Yo, dude, he barely finished his sentence and the window was already broken. This officer, his patience was on fucking E. Gone. Empty. He did not care. That was like letting the chain off of a rabid pit bull just now. Like, break the window. Good God.
Okay, break the window and take her out. That's it.
He waited all day to do that. I have a feeling. I have a feeling.
Hey, that glass went in my eye! Hey!
Get out of the vehicle! Get out of the vehicle!
Are you fucking Freemasons? Hey!
Put your hands.
Hey! You cut my face and you broke my glasses!
You did that to yourself. Oh, and by the way, any injuries you sustain in the process of getting arrested, that's on you. Because all you have to do is, what is it, ladies and gentlemen? Not resist? Yeah. So, your glasses, your face, all of that stuff, that is all on you. You could have avoided all of this had you just not been drinking and driving, which is what you were doing. Plenty of people speed, and they just get a ticket. Why are you here, Lieutenant Colonel? Why are you here? Huh? How did we get here? Exactly. Because of you. Terminated with 5. Do you have Battlefield 6 yet? Waiting to game with you. No, I don't have Battlefield 6, man. I've been trying to save money because I'm making a trip at the end of the year. I think maybe or I don't know. But I do plan on getting it. I just don't have it yet, man. And on top of that, I've been playing other stuff and but when I have it, you'll know. Thank you so much for the 5.
Can we have EMS come check our eyes out?
Yep.
You need to send an ambulance!
I just requested it.
Glass is in my eye!
Yep.
Is it?
Just sit you up.
Build a website.
And bro, and your soldiers are gonna see this too. You're a lieutenant colonel. You have plenty of people that work beneath you. Whether they work directly for you or not, that's whatever. But they work beneath you, and they're gonna see this video. They're gonna see their lieutenant colonel on their knees, acting like a belligerent ass clown. And I don't know, man. How much respect you reckon you'll get after that? I mean, yeah, sure, they'll still respect your rank, but the second you decide to get, I don't know, ballsy or overbearing, or you decide to check one of your soldiers, I don't know, Lieutenant Colonel, don't be surprised if you get checked back, because, I mean, can you really talk shit now to anyone, ever, at all, whatsoever? See, that's why leaders can lead, because they lead by example, because they're always doing the right thing. How are you going to lead now? Why would your soldiers follow you? You know, anyone in the company, man, can get a DUI except for the first sergeant and the commander. That's it. That's how I've always looked at it. The second you're first sergeant, you're a commander, or someone of this kind of rank gets a DUI, or does something like this, or does something bad, it's just like, can't really have that person anymore, man. It's like you lose credibility, you lose like all that weight and power that you had behind your words. Like safety briefs don't hit the same anymore. All right, fellas, let's not act like retards. Let's not drink and drive. Oh, you mean that one thing you did last week, First Sergeant? Right? So it's just, how can you lead now? Right? I hope you don't have very many soldiers beneath you, which, I don't know. You work in a hospital, so maybe you don't. Maybe you work directly for yourself. You answer to one person, which is like, I don't know, a full bird colonel. And that's about it. I wonder what that conversation with that full bird's going to go like. Because that's the only motherfucker that outranks you, is a full bird colonel. Or a 1-star general. I don't really see a 1-star hanging out inside of a hospital, so it's probably going to be a full bird. What do you think he's going to tell you?
Glasses, sir.
I don't know what your request is, Terminated. What is it?
You gonna stay here and be nice?
Sir, my glasses, and you...
Right there.
They're right behind you.
Okay. There's glass in my eye.
We've got an ambulance coming.
And there is no crime.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There is no crime.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant Colonel, but there's definitely a crime.
There's none, sir. You're detaining me unlawfully.
Are you willing to take a breathalyzer or a field sobriety test? I mean, that's the next step here. That's the next logical conclusion. This lady's going to deny. She's going to play the victim. She's going to be entitled. This whole interaction, this is like, well, it's like arguing with a drunk person, man. It's like arguing with a child. There's no point. Don't do it. Breathalyze. You want it? Yes or no? Yes? Cool. You're guilty. You're going to jail. No? You don't want it? Cool. Guilty as fuck. You're still going to jail. It all goes there. Y'all giving this lady so much of the benefit of the doubt. Maybe y'all recognize the rank. It's crazy because if it was my male E4 ass in her position, I'd already be sitting in the drunk tank with my commander sitting on the opposite side of those bars screaming at me. But hey, man, this is how the officers go to jail like the rich. Pretty much. Jeff, what up?
You will be getting sued.
Yeah.
And if there is injury and scarring to my eye, you're going to be sued, Sarah.
Oh, damn, she got cut up pretty bad. She did. She's bleeding. I wonder whose fault that is. I wonder what the judge would say when he looks at your case. You were drinking and driving. You're speeding. We're just chilling at a fucking green light, presumably passed the fuck out. The officers pull you over, confront you. You don't want to cooperate. They pull you out of the vehicle. While they're pulling you out of the vehicle to make an arrest, you sustain injuries. Gee, I wonder whose fault that is. You ass clown.
And you're going to lose your job.
It's okay. Yep.
You did?
No.
You can tell she's fighting for her life to not seem like she's intoxicated. Like, she's like, if I can act calm and mature and not slur my words, I'm not giving anything away. How would they know that I'm drunk? Well, one, if you were just sitting at a green light, I'm willing to bet that they can smell it. Because if you're drunk to the point where you're just sitting at a green light doing nothing, chances are you can smell it. So, hey man, take it from someone who has engaged in this type of behavior before. I haven't engaged in this type of behavior in decades now at this point, but I have done it once upon a time, man. All right? I'm guilty of it. A lot of us are. We probably did it maybe once, twice, or maybe it turned out really bad and we never did it again. But for the most of us, we stopped doing this shit at a very early age. Look at you, lady. You look like you're my mother's age. Still drinking and driving. That's crazy, man. I can understand a 21-year-old. They're not fully mentally developed. You're almost a grandmother. You could be. You're drinking and driving as a lieutenant colonel.
How many of you are Brotherhood members?
I don't know what that means. And the look on your face is unnerving when you ask a question like that.
Hell is that?
Exactly.
You a Freemason?
Nope.
This lady's on some wild shit.
Sure.
Absolutely.
How about you?
Nope.
What's your name?
Deputy Casey.
Deputy Casey.
Yep.
What the fuck was the point of that line of dialogue and questioning, ma'am? Dude, the Freemasons are out to get you. It's a conspiracy. They're all out to get Lieutenant Colonel Grandma here, huh? Right? That's why they're doing this. This is all part of the George Bush administration did this to you, huh? Right? This has been a long time coming. They've been watching you, huh? Right? CIA, FBI, NSA, WD-40.
Ma'am, are you under the influence of anything?
No, sir, I am not.
Is there a specific reason why Lieutenant Colonel of the United States Air Force is acting in such a manner?
Because your actions are unconstitutional.
Yeah, unfortunately that's incorrect.
It is not correct.
That's what I just said.
Sir, there's glass in my eye.
Yeah, and we have an ambulance coming to check you out.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm almost positive she might be under the influence of something.
Bro, you couldn't tell that she was under the influence when she was in the car? I feel like even if it wasn't titled this way, I'd still be able... Dude. Innocent people that just broke a traffic law, what's their demeanor, guys? So, I'm sorry, dude. I missed that, I guess. Dude, I was in there. I didn't even see it, officer. Yeah, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Yeah. My bad. They give you the ticket, you go on your way. They don't do or behave or say the things that this lady just did. She's just like, just sitting there, not even making eye contact with the officer. Just frozen like a fucking statue. If you're innocent, you just tell the officer, "I'm sorry, I was speeding, man. My bad. It's been a long day. It's late night. I'm trying to get home. I haven't fed my dog. I'm pretty sure she's shit in the house. Trying to get home, man. Do all this stuff." Normal traffic interactions go like that, but you're behaving like someone who's trying to hide something. What are you trying to hide? The fact that you're drunk. And because you are drunk, you can't even behave properly. You can't even assess this situation from the right way. Dude, the one time that I was drunk under the influence and had to interact with cops while I was in the driver's seat, I was like, "Yeah, man, I had a shot and 2 beers, man, and my passenger is way off worse than me, so I decided to drive. I'm sorry, officer." That's, all this stuff. But that's how that goes. You, on the other hand, you refuse to make eye contact. You're getting combative. You're asking questions that don't matter. You're asking stupid questions. You're asking questions that an innocent person wouldn't ask.
There's no way. Shame. It's a nice car.
Yeah, it's a BMW.
You doing a vehicle inventory?
Yeah, she has a whole bunch of cash right here.
Whole bunch of what?
Cash.
50s, 20s.
Okay.
She got receipts on them. Look at it.
I'll just go ask her. I don't want to touch.
Imagine
that could be
being.
That could be like either carpe diem, or that could be like whatchamacallit. Oh, dude, when the military sends you somewhere on their dime, it's called something. I know one time I was in Italy and I got sent to Germany to do some shit for another soldier that was having surgery. He needed someone to look out for him, so the military sent me with him to keep an eye on him. And because they were sending me, they paid me money. They gave me money for the trip. Compensation for the trip. I can't remember what it was called. Do y'all remember if y'all served in the military? What was that called? It didn't happen often because I didn't have to do this often, but when the military sends you somewhere to another base, another country, you may or may not have to pay out of pocket for the whole thing, but at the end, when you get back, you can take all your receipts and you can give it to someone and they give you all the money that you spent or all the money that you were entitled for that trip because it was a trip that the military wanted you to go on, not one that you took yourself. So all of this out of pocket shit, it either gets given to you or it gets, God damn it, I wish I remembered what that was called. Anyways, it could be that. That's, I doubt this LT is out here slanging dope.
Just go through her bag, make sure there's none of that, no drugs in there. She was
Right,
acting a
before
little...
it gets towed.
Coffee.
Or she works in a hospital. She could be dealing drugs. Actually, she's a lieutenant colonel. She has crazy access to pharmacies, probably.
She has a couple vitamins and stuff.
But I doubt it. I doubt it. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that it's just a DUI, that she wouldn't completely throw everything away just for an extra 4 or 5K a month from slanging fucking Adderall or Percocets.
Acid reducer.
That's a lot.
That's all she's got, an acid reducer.
That's a lot of cash.
Yeah.
Maybe she's a part of a booster club or something?
Maybe. And then I saw...
As a lieutenant colonel, I don't think she has that kind of time.
Oh, one of her checkbooks, there's a check paid through.
This'll go with her. This is gonna come... Are you part of a booster club, or...?
No, sir.
I want to make sure this goes with you so you don't lose any of it, okay? Is this all there was that was in there? This is a lot, most people don't roll around with this kind of cash.
Sorry, I can't even see what you're doing.
Okay. I've got several stacks of money.
Yes.
Okay, we're inventorying your vehicle. Are you like a booster club president, or?
No, sir. That's my cash.
Okay.
Oh, what's up, my little firefighter? Hey, girl. Are you wearing your Halloween costume? You know it's not Halloween. Oh, you got a hat and tanks? Oh my God, come here. Come here so I can show you off. You look so beautiful. Oh my God, guys, look at her Halloween costume. Hold on, girl. Let me make this big. Chill. So that she wanted to be her dad's a firefighter. Right, so we got a little firefighter. She's got the hose. She's got tanks.
And it also does this.
Wait, can you actually fill this up with water?
There's no water.
Oh, you know what we should do in a little while?
There's spray down.
No, we should go fill it up with water and we'll spray your mommy.
Don't spray.
Well, I'll spray it and then you can just laugh at her.
Actually,
Okay.
I'm gonna spray it on Daddy.
Okay, well, let me finish this and then we'll go do some stuff with that, all right?
No.
Yes, go.
I'm gonna spray the house.
You're gonna spray the house? All right, we'll put some shoes on before you go outside because it's kind of chilly. You look so good. You're welcome. Hey, shut the door. Because you didn't grow up, you weren't raised in a barn. That's why you shut the door. Jesus. All right, my bad. She's super excited. She wore that thing all day yesterday. She wore it all day before. Originally she was gonna be Jasmine. I told y'all she was gonna be Jasmine, and then she FaceTimed her dad. Her dad's in Africa. He's a firefighter over there. That's what he decided to do after he got out of the Air Force. And he was in his equipment. She had never seen him in his equipment before, and she FaceTimed him. And as soon as she saw him in his firefighter equipment, she was like, fuck Jasmine. I'm a firefighter for Halloween. There it is. And she left whatever the fuck this ugly ass thing is. What even is this? Oh, it's a turtle. I think. Alright. This lady has all this money. I'm assuming that this money, bro, she just like TDY. That's what it's called. TDY. When you go on TDY, the military will reimburse you in several different ways, depending on where you go, how far it was, if they gave you a hotel, if they gave you a place to stay, if they gave you a meal card, yada, yada, yada. TDY. That's what it is. It could be that, and she just has it all in cash for some stupid ass reason.
All right, we're gonna make sure this goes with you, okay? And it'll be a
No, she hasn't slept in that one, but she did used to sleep in the Jasmine costume and claimed that she used it as pajamas until that shit started to fucking stink. And I was like, girl, take that the fuck off, man. That's gotta go. You gotta put that in the wash or something. Because she used it as PJs for a while. Couldn't really get her to put anything else on. So, but no, she doesn't sleep in that one. I doubt she would. It doesn't feel comfortable to sleep in, I don't think.
Tour, and the jail will give you a receipt for all of the cash, okay? Go ahead.
Yes.
Yes.
So you searched my bag and you searched my car?
No, we're inventorying
Why is she blurred now all of a sudden?
your vehicle because it's getting towed.
No, because you're
As soon as your eye gets checked out, you're going in the back of my car and you're leaving. We are inventorying your vehicle before it gets towed.
Sir,
it will go to a tow lot.
Seizure and
No.
search. It's
No.
illegal seizure and search.
Oh my God, I'm not taking.
Oh, you're drunk. No one says it like that. It's search and seizure. I hate to be a stickler about that kind of stuff, but that just goes to further prove that you're drunk. Because 99% of people would say it that way. Search and seizure. Look at the way you said it.
Inventorying your vehicle before it gets towed.
Sir,
it will go to a tow lot.
Seizure and
No.
search.
And you didn't even say seizure correctly. You said seizure.
It's illegal seizure and search.
Oh my God, I'm not taking this from
Yo, you hear the officer, he's like, oh my God, please.
you. I'm trying to make sure we have it all so that you get it back.
You are searching my vehicle.
You know what, I'll just leave it in there.
It's not a search.
Well, technically, if y'all are inventorying her vehicle, it is a search, right? Technically. But you relinquish rights to deny search and seizure when you've committed a crime, correct? I don't know the law, nor do I pretend to, but I think that's how that goes. You lose your right to deny search and seizure once you're already guilty of committing a crime.
You just want me to leave it in there for the tow truck driver? Like a tip?
Sir, you had to go
Because that tow truck driver will fucking snatch it. I would.
through
I'm a tow truck driver, you know?
bag to get the cash.
Yes, to do an inventory of the vehicle, see if there's any value.
Anyway.
Hey, yo, dude, these female EMTs are kind of bad. Florida, huh? Remember that.
She want to get out. Put under window. She's got some glass in her face. Just want to make sure she's good to go before we take her up to jail.
Well, I mean, we can't say she's got glass in her eye.
Right. Well, like...
Just basically clean her the fuck up. Clean her the fuck up.
Tell me. Otherwise, I'm going to be following y'all to the hospital or whatever.
And may I have my phone, please?
For what? Oh my god, guys, do y'all want to know her last name? Her last name is Bon Jovi. You can't make that shit up. Actually, it's Bon Jovi, but I mean
Are you wanting to go to the hospital?
I would like to. So that the eye can be checked out. May I have my phone, please?
You, for what? You can't make any phone calls in handcuffs. And if you really think that these people are about to hold the phone for you while you call your superior and beg him to bail you out of this shit situation, not happening, girl.
Not right now. It'll go with you when you go.
No, I would like my phone.
That's
I have
not
a
how it
right to
works.
contact.
Yeah, you do have a right to your phone call, just not from your cellular device. You lose rights to all your shit once you're in handcuffs and detained. You don't get to have any of that stuff. That stuff would be contraband. And hell, you're military, so you know what contraband is.
That's not how it works.
That is how it works.
Okay.
No, it's, look, this is how you end up yourself in handcuffs.
You don't tell me how to cop.
Sir, you don't know how to cop. Where is my phone?
You don't know how to lieutenant colonel, and you have zero sense of self-preservation because if I were you, I'd be kissing ass at the moment. Like, hey, guys, let's just keep this arrest quiet, a little bit. Let's not let's not make a big thing out of this. I know I'm a lieutenant colonel, but I made a mistake. Lapse in judgment. I'd be kissing ass if I were you, but no. That's the alcohol.
The new monster menu is now.
She really is. She's going out in a blaze of glory. She's getting her money's worth for this. It's kind of like when you see a professional coach, right? He starts cussing out the official or the referee or the umpire. He gets ejected, but he doesn't leave immediately. He just sits there and keeps cussing this motherfucker out. Like, yeah, fuck it. Get your money's worth. You already got thrown out of the game. You might as well say everything you want to say. And that's what she's doing right now. It's like speed running your way into more trouble with your leadership. Because your leadership is going to see this. And if they were to see you being humble, maybe trying to rectify the situation, not being a complete douchebag about it. But there's only so much that your leadership is going to be able to do to help you in this situation.
Last left it.
May I have the phone?
No. You can
yes,
wait.
sir. I have to call my commander.
Yeah, your commander's going to find out, all right.
Yeah, they're going to call it. I wouldn't even allude to having a commander if I were you. At all. But I would be actively begging them not to call my commander.
I would like my phone to call my commander.
No.
Who's your commander? I might know him.
Here's the deal. You're either going to get into the ambulance or you're going to jail.
Can you stop hollering, please, for just a second?
No, hell no. Don't show up like you're the voice of reason and stuff. You don't know what these officers have been dealing with. This lady's a pain in the ass. Stop with the little fucking judgment. Oh, stop yelling. We don't need that right now. Bullshit. You just got here, lady. You don't know what's been happening. Yeah, we're a little irritated at the moment. So, stop with your little judgmental fucking... That's why you're an EMT, actually. That's why you're not a cop. That's why you went that route.
Listen to me. I would like my phone.
You are under arrest, which means all of your property goes with them. For now, you're under our medical care. You come with us.
It doesn't matter what you say to her, and it doesn't matter in what tone you use, EMT lady. But because you just got here, you think that you can do the one thing that officers have already done. Guess what? We already had an officer come and talk to her like a little 4-year-old. Listen, ma'am, if you don't do this, you're going to jail. And then this EMT actually just pissed me off. Truly.
He is going with them, and then you have to be booked into jail.
Truly. Had that been a male EMT, he would have been like, hey, man, just do what the fucking officers say. We got to drive this big bitch. We got to take it back to the hospital. But no, always leave it up to some fucking chick to feel bad and coddle another fucking chick. Ugh! So irritating.
Ma'am, can I have my phone?
You cannot have your phone.
See, look, and she still doesn't get it, and you want to be like...
It is their
I have a right to contact.
Not when you are under arrest. You can contact
I have a right to
them
contact even during arrest, ma'am.
when you get to the jail.
Great.
When you get to the jail, you can
I would like
contact-
a phone.
For now, we're going to get in the ambulance and go get your eye checked out.
I would like my phone to contact those. To contact my commander.
Well, they'll allow you to get phone numbers out of it when you get to...
Guys, you don't need to yell. I can do it. Look at you. You still haven't done it. You still haven't done anything. You're still negotiating. You're still talking. You're still doing absolutely fuck all. You know, it's funny how we can break her window, forcefully yank her ass out of the car, but we can't do the same thing to get her in the goddamn ambulance. Now we're having to ask her nicely to get in. Make up your mind on when and where you want to use force, law enforcement. Fuck, dude. If you're going to use force here, use force there. Doesn't make any sense. Don't backtrack. You use force to get her out, but now you won't use force to get her in? I don't understand that.
the jail to make your...
Ma'am, I'd like my phone.
It's not going to happen.
If you want to get checked out by us and go to the hospital, then come with us. And I also would like my glasses.
You can get your glasses.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you want to go up this way, or do you want to go up the side where it's easier to get up?
We can help you up. Can you you make that step?
No, ma'am. Okay, we'll come to this side over here. I would like my glasses and my phone.
We're getting your glasses.
We're getting your stuff.
I would like my glasses and my phone, please.
You're not getting your phone.
Why would you withhold my phone?
You can get it when you get to the jail. They'll allow you to get 5 phone numbers off of it. So once the booking process is complete.
Yeah, I wonder how many times we're gonna keep asking the same questions, giving the same answers, re-asking the same questions, giving the same answers, doing fucking nothing, bro. Nothing. This is why Florida man is the way he is. Because, I mean, fuck, man. I would be too if this was the traffic interactions. We're just hanging out, man. We're just chilling. I'm a little kumbaya. Just a little bit of dialogue. It's almost like we're at a fucking book club.
Then you
I
can
have
make
a
your
right
call.
to make contact and call my commander.
You don't know the things.
Why even have lawyers and judges if the patrol officers are going to explain the law? It's not your job. Just arrest this woman. Getting irritated. I'm getting irritated.
Like you were saying.
Ma'am, I have to call my commander.
Not a man.
There is a way that things are supposed to go, and they're not going the way I want them to go. And the way I want them to go is the actual correct way, but that's not happening right now. Getting irritated.
You will call your commander when you get to the.
Where are my glasses?
We've got nursing
and my
staff
phone,
at the
please?
jail. They do have nursing staff at the jail. Because we're not getting anywhere.
They're just gonna call us to come transport her out to get x-rays to see if there's glass in her eye. So we'll have to turn around and come back and get her and take her to the.
I guarantee there's no glass in her eye. Do you know how much pain you would be in if you had actual glass in your eye? You wouldn't be able to blink. You wouldn't be able to focus on making conversation if you had glass firmly lodged in your eye. I just think you're bleeding from the eye is all, but yeah, let's continue to waste more time and do fucking nothing.
Sir, where are my glasses?
Ma'am, I have your glasses right here. I noticed you have a concealed weapons permit. Do you have a firearm in the vehicle?
No.
None? Okay, thank you.
May I have the glasses, please?
You can have your glasses in just a second. I'm gonna.
Well, awesome. Y'all just negotiated with a terrorist. What do you need to see? Do you really want to have 2020 as you go into jail? I wouldn't want to see that, but all right.
Like my phone.
Okay.
All right,
Hey, let's go ahead.
Ma'am, I can't see.
They're bringing you the phone.
I want to count this cash in front of her just to verify its amount.
Well, she's going to tell you she can't see it. I already tried that.
This is where the story of war.
Just carefully, this is going to go all over your face. Yes.
We're going to count this money in front of you so you can be sure that we're not taking any of it. I don't want your money. I don't need
Oh,
it.
sir, you've already violated.
Just stop.
Oh my god, dude. It's like, you can't win with this lady. Stop. This is all I see from this interaction. I'm gonna mute it. Watch. This is all I see from this interaction. You, the taxpayer. Chi-ching. 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 Cha-ching. 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 Taxpayer. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. More money. More money. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Anybody else, it's over. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. If it was me, I'd already be in the jail talking to a lawyer. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Anybody else, we can go on and help or serve and protect somebody else. But nope, we're here. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. And I'm so glad that there's money right there because it makes it even more ironic and more hilarious.
May I have my phone to make
Three,
contact?
573 in the first bundle.
Hospital or the jail?
We will get it at the jail. We will go to the hospital to get it
Where
checked
is
out.
my phone so that I may make contact with representation and with my commander?
4, 5. It's another 500. Another 500 right here in 50s.
May
20,
I have
40,
a phone,
60,
please, so that I may
81,
make contact with
another
my commander?
120s.
And you're
50.
detaining me with no crime.
4,
And you are
50,
detaining me
5,
with
another
no guilty
550s.
crime. I'm not detaining.
I am an ambulance service providing you medical care for the glass
40,
in your eye.
60, 80, 100. Another 120s. Along with the receipts. The receipts.
That can be handed to the jail when we get there.
Yep. There you go.
Are you going to go with them?
May I have my phone?
Stop it. Are you going to go with them?
Hospital? You're going in the ambulance this way.
Are you gonna go with them? Huh? Are you gonna get in the ambulance? Do you feel like going to jail, Lieutenant Colonel? I mean, it's up to you. We go wherever you want to go. Huh? This particular little outfit right here of police officers is shit. Is shit, man.
May I have my phone, please?
Perfect.
I expect more efficiency and less coddling.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, walk this
Nice
way.
of you to be here. She's going to get searched right quick.
Anything gonna poke me, stick me, anything? Nothing should poke you, ma'am. Anything illegal on you? No. Okay. You just have a shirt underneath here? Okay. Anybody want to give me a bag with a lot of stuff?
Thor, you got that plastic black bag with the glasses? Thank you.
We got it.
Oh, more cash.
Holy shit.
Okay, that's going straight from pocket into the plastic bag.
What is up?
Oh my god, why do you have so much money? That's that. Let me rephrase that question. Why do you have so much cash on you, on your persons? Dude, look at that stack of that's at least like $3,000. It's gotta be because they pulled $1,500 out of your car. You had that in your cargo pockets.
Exorbitant amount of cash.
May I have my phone, please?
The only people I've seen walk around with that much cash, bro, are drug dealers and rappers. And sometimes that's like one and the same fucking thing. Like...
I need to call my commander and gain.
Lieutenant Colonel, I think you might be selling pills. There's military service members. We don't get paid this way. We get paid direct deposit. So you either withdrew all this money on purpose, or you're getting paid this way. But the military doesn't pay us this way. So you're doing something, man. I feel.
Representation.
You know, you think they'll find out when you're at the jail. You'll be able to follow instructions and
I
understand
think
what
you're
we're telling
doing
you.
unconstitutional things.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know how to police. You're not a sheriff.
Okay, dentist.
You don't
Do
know
you
how
have
to
any health? Do you have any health problems? No.
You don't know how to Air Force, but it's okay, because you're not going to be Air Forcing much longer. Not after this. I really was willing to give you the benefit of the doubt at the very beginning, and hell, even before it started. But nope, not now. I actually do hope you get kicked out. That's...
Do you take any medications?
She has an inhaler in her bag. Is that something you use?
Rare.
Okay.
May I have my phone to make contact?
What the hell is that?
What is that?
What is this?
That is probably an instrument.
Yeah, Matt, you can see that?
No needles on you?
What is it? I couldn't tell what that was.
May I have my phone to make contact with my commander?
You can make contact when
I
you're
got you. Yep, I got you.
If you want to just go to jail and get checked out by medical.
Hold on. What does that say? I can't read that, but that's her. It says something special operations. That's her medical badge. Some kind of medical card. But You're not gonna have that badge for long.
There and make your phone calls, then you can do that.
While Donald Trump's
Only a drunk person would ask the same question that many times in a row fucking as well. Man. I could just chalk it up to her being annoying as fuck, but no.
That'd be the quickest way for you to get your phone.
Mackenzie, can you call my commander?
Is that silver thing? Was that silver thing?
Who the fuck is Mackenzie?
I get the other thing.
Oh, Officer Mackenzie.
Is there
I can call commander.
Hey, you got gloves?
What are those?
Check that out.
Oh, that's makeup.
That's makeup.
Okay.
They're both makeup.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Right? Makeup?
Yes, sir.
You're kind of weird, Lieutenant Colonel. I served with quite a few females in my day, and none of them ever carried makeup on their person. What? You're so... And it's clear you didn't use any of that makeup recently either. I can just tell. You carry makeup on your person, like in your cargo pockets. You carry makeup. But you can't wear makeup in uniform. And if you do, I'm talking, it better not be noticeable by anyone. But you don't have makeup on. But you have all this makeup on you. Like on you. I can understand at home. I can understand like in your purse that maybe you would go out in civilian clothes, but you are in uniform with makeup in your pocket. I've never seen that before. Never seen a female have makeup in their pocket for their daily duties or operations. Probably some cute doctor in the hospital that she's hoping to get dicked down by. Not anymore.
The only number I remember over there is...
Oh, you can wear makeup in uniform now? I mean, I don't see a problem with it. I never saw a problem with wearing makeup in uniform. It's just like, from a standpoint of being outside all day, sweating your ass off, and especially being in the field, right? You already can't do much showering in those situations, and you got that shit caked on your face? Not showering? And, yeah. A lot of females didn't use makeup while we were deployed just because, like, taking showers every 30 fucking minutes just keep from fucking sweating, but, yeah. I didn't know. Back in my day, you couldn't wear makeup. Back in my day, you couldn't have, like, the crazy earrings and nails and shit like that. I don't know. It's just makeup, dude, really, for the most part. And when it comes to makeup on military women, it's like, the uniform is not flattering on y'all. So, like, you could have the sexiest body type in the fucking world, but we can't see it because that uniform doesn't allow for us to see it, for the most part. And you put on makeup, sure, you got a pretty face, but we really can't see anything else beneath that because of the uniform. The uniform obfuscates so much of the female body, whilst it doesn't really obfuscate that much of the male body. So, to me, like, makeup is just, like, pointless. Really, because you're only highlighting 10% of you. The uniform covers up the rest of the 90. So, I don't know. Having extra bullshit on my face in the heat just sounds so stupid and awful. Man, I guess.
The law enforcement desk.
I only know staff duty. That's it.
Can you contact the command post and contact my commander, please? Can you contact the command post and
The jail
contact
staff
my
will
commander,
take care of that
please?
for you.
Sir, you need to do it now.
No, I don't.
Yes, you
For
do.
you, so stop.
You do work for me.
Oh, God. It really got entitled here. Holy.
You're a sheriff of the county, aren't you?
But she said that you weren't a sheriff.
I know. The county just used it.
Do you have...
That officer is trying his absolute hardest not to not to laugh in this woman's face.
The ability to give me my phone so that I can make contact.
Still need lights?
I'm good right now.
Okay.
It's in the pockets. Challenge coin.
Oh, yeah.
Where Sir, would you guys be taking? As an airman in the United States Air Force, you must contact my commander.
Oh, they will. It's just not going to happen right now. And here's the main question. And I brought it up before. I brought it up earlier, right? Why do you want your commander to be contacted so bad? If any E6, maybe quite possibly E7 or below, watches this particular video, you know what they're going to be saying? Girl, why? I'm telling you guys, again, that's the last person I would want them to contact. And hell, with all that extra money in my fucking pocket, I'd be willing to bribe these motherfuckers not to contact my commander. Hey, you see all that money? If you don't call my commander, keep the money. I'll go to jail. That's cool. And then just let me out, and I'll make bail, but I'll pay for my own bail. But just don't contact my commander. Because that's so much worse than any of this right here. I know that y'all think this is bad, right? And this is bad. And the punishment that comes from this is kind of bad. But it's not even close to the punishment that you can get from your superiors, man, because while they'll put you in jail for a day, maybe a couple hours, let you go, your chain of command can and will fuck with you. And fuck you for days, weeks, if not years to come, depending on how long you are under their command and depending on how long they stay mad about what you did. Why on earth do you want your commander to know about this so bad? Do you really think he can save you in this situation? It leads me to believe a couple of things. The commander is always letting you have your way. Your commander is always giving you the benefit of the doubt. Your commander lets you get away with murder. Or your commander is just as guilty of all the shit that you're guilty of and he protects you. I can't imagine why you would want to talk to your commander so badly right now, at this moment.
The jail staff will do that.
You must contact my commander.
Stop it.
Where will you guys be taking?
They mostly wear the skin-tight OCPs now. I hate that they're called OCPs. I just think that's stupid. And it was perfectly fine with ACU, Army Combat Uniform. OCP, that's just... I don't even understand why we had to change it, but...
Air Force.
You work for the people of the United States.
Okay. So you're gonna want me to follow?
Yeah.
Okay.
May I have my phone to make contact?
You can use it at the jail.
My commander and with representation.
At the jail.
Alright, there's like bunch of them. May I have my phone?
Okay, I will say that the reason this is kind of taking so long is because they had to have female officers show up to search her because she is female. Last thing you want is, even if it's within their rights to search her, last thing you want is some male searching her, and even if he did everything right, she claims otherwise. That's a problem. But there's body cams, so whatever, it's just more comfortable, right? And if this lady's going to be a pain in the ass, you might as well definitely have a female officer. But
to make contact.
So that's why it is taking so long, but as entertaining anything she fucking says, man, come on.
With my commander.
At the jail.
And it actually took us a hot minute just to get to this fucking point, man. They should have had her searched as soon as she got out of the car. But again, I can understand if they needed females here to search another female.
And I noticed that your cameras are off. That's interesting.
Running. See, it's red. And guess what? Red is on.
Good.
They record 24/7.
That's excellent.
24/7. They're recording.
May I have my...
Wow, that's actually the first time she's conceded that something that she said was incorrect. Look at this. This video's long, man. 25 minutes. And this is 25 minutes of her saying bullshit. And in these 25 minutes, this is the first time that she has acknowledged that something she said was wrong. I can't imagine what it's like to actually work for this woman, because if this is how she behaves, intoxicated, Bro, I've said it plenty of times. Drunk words are sober thoughts. Drunk actions are sober something, man. But
contact with my commander.
At the jail.
And I noticed that your cameras are off. That's interesting.
Running. See, it's red.
Running.
And guess what? Red is on. Back. They report 24/7.
That's excellent.
that is the first time she has conceded that anything that has come out of her mouth has been incorrect. And it's been 20 minutes of this. Crazy.
24/7. They're recording.
May I have my phone?
But she's still stuck on this, so.
At the jail.
To contact my commander.
At the jail.
Do you have anything in your boots?
There's nothing in my boots.
Okay, what he was explaining is if you have anything else on you, when you get to the jail, it's an additional charge for introducing contraband. You understand?
So if you have something on your person,
you better speak up now.
Needle, knives,
instruments.
I have my phone to contact my commander.
God, these officers, they've had enough.
No, that is your...
Yo, look at the EMTs and the officer in the back, dude. They're fucking losing it. They're fucking losing it. Look at this. Look at this. Look.
So if you have something on your person, needle, knives,
instruments.
I have my phone to contact my commander.
No, that is your work policy. That is not our policy. You will do it at the jail.
It is not lawful to detain an individual without being able to contact anybody.
So you're good?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Are you going to go with them?
What the fuck do you mean? Are you? Are you? Are you gonna go to jail, ma'am? Are you gonna go with the EMTs? Or are you gonna come with us? Or do you want to go into that AT&T across the way and get yourself a brand new phone, huh? That new iPhone deal's looking pretty slick. The fuck do you mean with all these questions? Put this bitch in the car. Why are we behaving like this? Like we're amongst royalty and we don't want to make any mistakes. What is happening? Stop asking questions and fucking take charge. You're cops. What?
Okay, I will be following you guys.
Okay. We're gonna need the cuffs switched to the front when we get her in.
That's fine.
Can you walk this way?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Perfect.
We have got to the point where...
Holy fucking shit.
Michelle, I'm going to request that you submit to a lawful test of urine for the purposes of determining the presence of chemical or controlled substances. Will you take the test?
No.
No. Okay. If you refuse to take the test that I've requested of you, your driving privileges will be suspended for a period of 1 year for a first refusal, or 18 months if your driving privileges have been previously suspended for refusing to submit to a lawful test of your breath, urine, or blood. Additionally, if you refuse to take the test that I have requested of you, and your driving privileges have been previously suspended for a refusal to submit to a lawful test of your breath, blood, or urine, you will be committing a misdemeanor, in addition to any other penalties which can be imposed by law.
How do you not know this? Because when you're in the service, if you refuse to take urinalysis in the service, well, it never happened to any of us because none of us were ever stupid enough to do this, but if you refuse to take a urinalysis in the military, that's an Article 15. I think you skip the counseling statement and you go straight to Article 15 because what the fuck? Why are you hiding? Why don't you want to take it? What have you done? Are you afraid you're going to come up, you're going to pop hot on that urinalysis? Well, guess what? All roads lead to this anyways. Let's go ahead and give this motherfucker an Article 15. Because he doesn't want to take it because he's going to piss hot. If he pisses hot, you're getting an Article 15 anyways. So, how you don't know this? But I don't know, man. I don't even know if high-ranking people like her take piss tests like the rest of us. Who knows? The fact that she's so entitled means that this entitlement, it's not just for this situation. I'm pretty sure that her behavior, the way she acts, she's drunk right now, but I'm pretty sure that extends to her workplace as well.
To submit to the test that I'm requesting from you is admissible into evidence in any criminal proceeding. Do you still refuse to submit to the urine test?
Am I blocked from driving?
You
Yes.
I don't take a urine test?
Yes.
Your license will be suspended for a
Yeah.
period of 12 months.
Yes.
If it was previously suspended.
No. It's 18 months if it was previously suspended. You can read it. It's right there.
Well,
I'm so, oh my god, I can't wait for an answer.
without representation, I don't know how to answer this.
Simple yes or no question. You either take a breathalyzer or a blood sample and you get a DUI and maintain your driving privileges, or you refuse the blood sample and the breathalyzer, you still get a DUI and now you can't drive. The most retarded person in the world knows the answer to this question.
It's real. So here's the thing: when you get issued a driver's license, you have to sign for it. It's called implied consent. And when you sign that, it basically says, "Yes, I agree to supply blood, breath, or urine as a part of lawful investigation," which is what this is. So
It's unlawful investigation, but go ahead.
okay. So do you refuse to take the test or not?
I don't understand the instructions.
Okay. I'm requesting that you take a urine test. We have these lovely little things
What
here.
I'm asking you specifically is by refusing this. I've actually taken 2 of these just last week.
Okay.
Okay, on base. Refusing with you to do this.
Correct.
Does that mean I can't drive a car?
Yeah, your license will be suspended. Now that this is the first time, right, you'll get a...
Officer, stop adding extra shit because you keep adding extra shit and it just... It allows more avenues for her to ask stupid questions or just pretend like she has no idea what the fuck you're talking about. So just say it once and stop talking. And leave the ball in her court, because the more stuff you keep adding, it's just becoming dumb, convoluted, retarded. She doesn't know what's going on. You're talking about A, she's answering to B and C. Makes no sense.
A 10-day, what do you call it?
She's dragging out this process to hell and back like a professional, and y'all are falling victim to it. Y'all are playing into exactly...
And then where is this tested?
FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, actually gets shipped out.
So it leaves...
The same place that tests the military's drug test, lady! Fuck!
Everybody's hands and then goes...
Yeah, it gets taped up, it goes into a refrigerator in our evidence, then they get it out and it gets shipped to FDLE.
I really trust that with what's happened to
The same people that test urine and blood for the military. I took several blood tests when I was in Afghanistan, and they take it, they mail it off somewhere. That's it. The same thing, lady. Same fucking thing.
so far.
Yes or no? Officer, last chance. Yes or no? That's it. If you don't hear no and you don't hear yes, exercise your own judgment, sign the motherfucking paperwork. Oh my god, why is this taking so long? You're not a lawyer. You're just a cop. You don't even have to explain this shit to her.
And not doing this means I can't drive a car.
Correct. You're driving, like I said, your driving privileges will be suspended.
Even though it's never been happened before?
And it says, look.
If it's never happened before, it's 12 months. If it's happened before, 18. Yes or no?
Your driving privilege will be suspended for a period of 1 year for a first refusal. 18 months if it has been suspended previously. So this is your first time, and it'll be suspended for 1 year.
Yes or no?
All right.
Are you willing to take these tests? Okay.
Holy sh... It took 83 years to explain brain dead simple shit to this retarded fucking lieutenant colonel. But we finally arrived. Oh my god. That was awful. That was awful. I would have much rather seen her get violent and attack the cops. To be honest. That would have been less mentally straining than what the fuck I just witnessed. And bro, she's one thing. These cops. These cops. Brother. That is absurd. That it took that long. That you did that much dilly-dallying. That you gave that much benefit of the doubt. That the only thing you didn't do was say, hey, ma'am, can we wipe your ass for you? Huh? When you go to the bathroom, you need a little wipey? You need a little wipey right there underneath your taint? Huh? You want us to flush for you as well? My goodness! This is the most pathetic shit I've ever seen! We'll see what the comments have to say. How many people want a follow-up video? I do, actually. She is dripping with arrogance, a very strange woman and a terrible representative of the U.S. military. Yes. You can bet this woman has taken great joy in controlling people and making them suffer over the years. She probably wields that rank like a weapon. How can you be a colonel in the military and have no respect for authority? That's wild. That's because when you're that high rank, you think you are the authority. But what you fail to realize is that you're the authority on a different planet. Okay? Law enforcement is not military, and military is not law enforcement. And she thought that her rank would supersede anyone and everyone within law enforcement because she's that delusional about how important she is. Bitch, you're just a lieutenant colonel. Those are a dime a dozen. Several lieutenant colonels out here. Like, you were literally no one special. That's it. But she thought that she was everything. The way she behaves. Speaking as a retired United States Air Force Lieutenant Colonel, I can tell you that her military career is indeed over. She brings disgrace to the uniform. I'm saying, man, rank, that's pretty much it for you. If, again, I've never seen a Lieutenant Colonel just get and then gone. Never seen a Lieutenant Colonel just get stripped and kicked the fuck out. Like what happens to the E4 Mafia. We just get stripped, get the fuck out. Very quick, very painless, very seamless transition, right? Not with her. Not with people like that. Not with high rank. If she doesn't get stripped and kicked the fuck out, bro, I'm telling you, her future progression in the military is about to slow down to a snail's pace. That's it. And she will never see anything higher than Lieutenant Colonel. Does she stay in the military? Maybe. I would say she does. But her career trajectory, if it was going like this, it's now like this. That's it. It is stagnant. It's not going down. Probably won't go down. I don't think she can go backwards from this. But it's just, it was here. Now it went, boop, plateau. That's it. Over. You will never cross this. You will never cross this height. You will never cross this plateau. That's it. This is where you live. You were going to go up here, but you were going and then this happened. Boom. Right there. That's it. You will be here the rest of your career till you get out. There's no upwards trajectory. You could go down, but I doubt you're that stupid. So that's it. This is where you live. Right here in the middle. You will never excel. You will never go higher than where you are right now. You basically, if this was a TV show, this is a character assassination. That's it for you. You don't progress from here. You're about to get written off slowly but surely, and in season 5, you won't even be on the posters. That's it. That's how that goes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, fuck, dude, I'm so hungry. Active military and a sovereign citizen, this should be grounds for immediate dismissal. Possibly one of the most satisfying window breaks of all time, I'm telling you. Bro, he was waiting on it too. He wanted to do it so bad. The Karen of all Karens. The Karen Society should make a statue of her. I know. I would love to make a statue of her just so I could piss on it, shit on it, and then immediately tear it the fuck back down. I think that's what we should start doing for like the biggest Karens around. Building statues in their honor, having people shit and piss on it, and then taking a bulldozer and knocking it back down. Just because we can. Just because fuck you. Don't worry, your commander will be notified. Yeah. As an Air Force veteran, I approve this video. Do not confuse rank with authority. She's an absolute disgrace to the uniform. Who... I'd like to know who in the military feels the need to stay in uniform while outside of work. Huh? Huh? For those of you that don't work at home or work from home, how long does it take from the time you get home for you to take off that monkey suit that you wear for work? If you don't work from home. Because if you work from home, you're wearing sweatpants, whatever. You ain't taking that shit off. Who fucking cares? If you don't work from home, how long does it take you to take that shit off when you get home? Probably not that long, right? I know for me, I already had my top and one boot off as I got in the door. I couldn't take that uniform off fast enough when I left work. I couldn't get that shit off my body fast enough when I left work. And here you are, not only drinking in uniform, but just hanging out in uniform. Driving in uniform. Doing non-military things in uniform. Man, I don't even care if it was something as simple as just going to the gas station and getting a Gatorade. I would go home first, take my uniform off, and then go back to the store. Because fuck doing anything in uniform that's not military related. I already have to wear that uncomfortable hot ass shit all the time. But here you are. You must really love the uniform, I guess. Or just like love the way it feels on your skin, I suppose. Because I can't imagine for any extended amount of time that I would want to have that shit on if I didn't fucking need to. And that's not me saying the uniform is ugly or that I hated the service. No. It's just, I'm just like, who the fuck wants to do that? Imagine a football player just walking around in pads and shit and his helmet around his living room. For fun. Unless they have CTE. I could have seen fucking Aaron Hernandez doing some stupid shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? No one goes to work and then leaves work and then takes work with them. And like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Could be just me. If you really had glass in your eye, you would not be stalling. You would have already left. That is true. I didn't even think about that. That didn't even dawn on me, actually. Yeah. You spent all that time with glass in your eye and you refused to get attention for it, which means, like I said, probably wasn't glass in your eye. Wow, she's exactly the sort of person that would make your life miserable if she was your superior in the military. She's the exact kind of person that would get you demoted. That's it. Not like demote you on some bullshit. It's just she would behave in a way that would cause you to lose military bearing. Because... Not to mention... Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to serve under this woman. Actually. Because it was already difficult for me to take orders from people that I knew more than them. Let alone some fucking chick. I'm sorry, that's just the way I felt in the military. Ain't no way some fucking female's gonna come in here and tell me how to do the military, how to do combat, how to do push-ups, or how to do my job. Fuck no. I ain't taking that at all whatsoever. If you ain't as strong as me, you can't tell me shit. That's the way I was. So me and this lady, I wouldn't have been in that unit for very long. I either would have got demoted or transferred to somewhere else. Because I dealt with a female that thought she was hot shit one time, and then she met me. And then guess what? She was no longer hot shit because she met me. And I took whatever rung on the ladder she was on, and I cut like 5 of them. And she fell down to a lower one. And that's kind of how that happened. And she wasn't in my squad all that long. She met me, and then my best friend Joe, co-leader of the E4 Mafia, and within 2 weeks, she was in another squad. Because we didn't put up with this kind of behavior. We didn't put up with divas. We didn't put up with, I know more than you. We didn't put up with doing stupid shit for the sake of just doing something. Nope. She didn't last very long. That's it. Same thing would have happened with this lady. You either treat her like she's God, kiss her ass, bow to her feet, or you're probably not going to have a fun time. You're going to get demoted. You're always going to be on bitch duty. You're always going to be getting voluntold to do the worst details imaginable. Yeah. Which, you're in a hospital. I mean, every detail probably fucking sucks, but... Oh. All right. Good. Good riddance to this lady. This... She must have really not wanted to be in the military anymore. I guess. Because that's one way to get out. I suppose. But she'll be fine though. She'll still get her pension, she'll still get her benefits, she'll still get VA, she'll still get all that stuff. It's just like wherever she planned on going with her military career, she's no longer going there. So I don't know if she had any plans past Lieutenant Colonel. I mean, usually once you get to Lieutenant Colonel, you might as well try to go as high as you fucking can just to see, right? Maybe. Especially increase in pay, but I don't know if she had any plans, but whatever plans she had, that shit is gone. Gone. She could have gotten a DUI, been cool, maybe been fine with her commander, but because she got a DUI and then chose to act this way, all goodwill goes out the window. Everything that you've built for yourself, established, even if you're not a bitch at work, everything that you've built with your coworkers or with your command or anything like that, gone. That's it. Even if you're well liked at work, no, because your coworkers and your teammates and your superiors, they can't defend you. That's it. And if they can't defend you, that's it, man. I'll defend my buddies, my homies. I'll stick up for you. But if your crime is murder, right, or something crazy, I can't help you. If your crime is DUI, I can't defend you. I can't help you. There's nothing I can do for you. There's nothing anybody can do for you. So, huzzah. What was the video that Terminator requested? I don't even know if he's still in here, man. Terminator, you still in here? Before I get the fuck off and take my ass to Zaxby's. Super hungry. She should have just owned up to speeding. Yeah, that's it. And here's the thing. She didn't even... You do that shit, like, you own up to things one at a time, even if you're guilty of multiple things, right? Because you just end up telling on yourself to law enforcement. You just end up snitching on yourself before they've even asked you any questions. So, she could have just done that. All right, let me go to my watch later. My bad. See if there's anything else in here that... Oh my god. It hurts so bad. No. Stupid long. Book. Oh, here's another Karen we haven't watched. I don't think Terminator's here. We'll check out his Yo, something else got requested besides this one. There was somebody else after a user that requested something. I can't remember what the fuck it was. Maybe I put it... Maybe... Hold on. Oh, we're good. All right. I'll knock this one out. Hold on. Let me take off the ones we've done. We're about to watch the most racist Karen on the planet. We're just gonna see. And then after that, I think I may fuck off myself. I do have to go to the store. I'm getting weed and Zaxby's, guys. That's what I'm getting. That's my plan. The real question is, should I get the weed first or the Zaxby's second? Or should I get the Zaxby's first and the weed second? Thinking I should get the weed first. So that I can... And I'm going to the drive-thru this time, too, because... Last time I went there, I actually went inside. And I got the most retarded employees taking my order. We're gonna see just how racist this lady is.
Jesus Christ, is this what I look like in real life? Like a fucking zombie.
Yeah.
What's that? I haven't uploaded in 3 days after I made a big deal about how I'm gonna stick to this new upload schedule. I don't know. Today we are doing something that I haven't done in quite some time, and I've got to be honest, I'm excited. The word Karen is something I haven't said on this channel in a pretty long time. There was a point where basically every other day I was...
She looks pretty unassuming. It's hard to believe that she's the most racist Karen on the planet, but let's see how racist she is. Bro, if she doesn't hit the hard R, I mean...
making a video on Karens, but then it sort of got to the point, like with most things,
Can't be the most racist without hitting a hard R.
on the internet, where things get overplayed, the term gets
Kinda like
watered down,
mandatory at this point for the most racist.
and then eventually every video of any woman having a slight disagreement with a person in public is now a Karen. So after a while, the word just kind of became useless. However, today, I think we found a good use for it. Earlier today, somebody sent me a
I mean, I'm still keen on the term twat waffle. If y'all want to get away from Karen, if Karen is getting overused, I mean, I like it.
video of a racist woman verbally harassing a man at a park for committing the heinous, unspeakable crime of taking his daughter to a playground. How a person winds up so unbelievably fucking miserable that they see a man at a playground with his daughter, and just because they aren't the same color as them, they decide it's a problem, will never make sense to me, but that's because I guess I'm a
While wearing a shirt that says goodness of God. We're gonna be racist, huh?
halfway decent person. I know, pretty cool guy, not a racist, you don't have to clap for me. But it just truly baffles me whenever I see videos like this, because do you know how racist you have to be to see a man doing nothing but just being a father and make it a problem because you just hate anybody who doesn't have the same skin color as you? Like, fuck, I feel like in 2025, to stay that racist, it's almost a chore. Like, you've got to act...
Can I hear it, though? Hold on, let's get to the...
through to these people here. It seems so in pre-order window for the limited edition of bottom.
Keep talking.
There we go. Okay, cool.
Embarrass themselves in front of all of social media. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
Keep talking. What did you call me? What would you say? Go ahead. Say it again.
Mexican. That's not racist.
No.
That's a fact.
Go ahead. I'm what?
Whenever I see videos like this and the racist in question is pulling out this attack, it just blows my fucking mind. Because when a person does this, when they walk up to a person who's a different race than they are, and they just start saying stuff like, you're Mexican or you're black, it just shows that in their head, that is such an unbelievably bad thing to be, that they think that telling a person who knows that they're Mexican is...
Yeah, dude, I've been hit with that before, and what they weren't expecting, and they don't know what the fuck to do when I say this shit, is they're just like, oh, Mexican, all this stuff. I'm like, but I'm not, though. I'm Puerto Rican. And because they don't really know much, and because there's not that many Puerto Rican jokes to go around, really, and because it's an American territory, they're just like, yeah, well, you fucking brownie. All right. Yeah, man. I don't have to go to the tanning bed. Imagine that. Your bitch ass pays $19 a month to do that, you fucking nerd.
Going to be an insult. It's like walking up to somebody who's 6'7" and saying, hey, you're tall. Like telling somebody that they're the race you think they are because you think it's that bad of a thing to be that race that they're going to end up being insulted by it. Or like you're going to prove a point by saying it. How?
Or like when someone... I've been called the N-word before too, which was very baffling. And I'm just like... How? How on earth, man? I don't even fit the mold for like a light-skinned black dude, let alone one of these Akon-looking motherfuckers, and you're calling me the N-word? That doesn't make any fucking sense, man. At least do it right if you're gonna do it. But like, I don't know, my skin color and the way that I look, I kind of fall into like this like category of like, I'm not black, I'm not white. No one can really tell what kind of Hispanic race I am. And because of the beard and the wild hair, I get called terrorist sometimes as well. But it never really affects me too much.
How do you end up this bad of a person?
I'm what?
You're Mexican.
I'm American.
Are you all
Yes. Same as this child here. So go find something to do, racist lady. Yes. Yes, go. Take your racist ass away from us.
Like your Mexican wife is going to do everything you tell her to do.
She's white American.
You just told me to do something.
I did.
I'm not like your Mexican wife who's gonna do.
She has this superiority complex where I'm not gonna do anything you tell me to do because you're not white. I would only ever take orders or do something someone told me to do if they were white, but never if they're not white. So the fact that you told me to leave, I'm not doing that because you're not. If it was a white person, I would just go mind my own business. But because you're not white, I'm gonna harass you. And if you tell me to leave, I'm not gonna listen to you because I don't listen to people of your color. Yikes, lady. That's what you just said. That's what you just said.
Do everything you tell her? What the fuck? Like, it's one thing to be a raging racist. To be this racist and also be this confident about it just makes it that much worse. So let me get this straight. You walk up to a guy who's at the park with his daughter, start harassing him for being Mexican.
The real loser here, man, couldn't be more apparent. Guy's out with his daughter, but look at what you're doing. Where's your daughter? Where's your son? Where's your husband? Where's your boyfriend? Where's your dog? Right? Where's a girlfriend? Where's your sister? Oh, no, look at you. Out here by your goddamn self. Trying to make other people just about as miserable as you are, because you're one lonely-ass little hag.
And when he tells you to leave him and his daughter alone, your response is, you can't tell me what to do. Like
you look like one of the characters from Rugrats that grew up and never changed their wardrobe. You know what? You're Angelica, man. You're that Angelica bitch from Rugrats if she was a racist twat. That's... Or you could be Lil. Remember Lil and Phil? You could be Lillian. I feel like that's how she would fucking dress if she still dressed like she was, I don't know, 3.
You tell your Mexican wife what to do? Like, what does that even mean? How are you this stupid and able to find your way around in public? Did she just stumble upon this park? Did she even mean to be here?
She's white American, so you can take your racist ass out of here.
Because I wanted to know why a man brings
his daughter to the park.
To a park at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Go ahead.
That's a little irregular.
You heard it.
I feel like if it's summertime, that'd probably be a good time to go to the park with your kid, right? Summertime, and especially if your kid's already up and awake. I mean, on a Saturday, I probably wouldn't wake up my child at 7 in the morning. Hey, let's go to the playground. Them swings aren't gonna swing themselves. But like, if they're already up and want to go, any time is a good time to go to the park. Irregular would be 2 o'clock in the morning, you stupid hoe.
Here first, folks, a father taking their child to the park in the morning.
And if you agree with anything that this woman is saying or doing or her logic or justifications, you're also a stupid hoe. I just want that to be known, because there's going to be some fucking retard that watches this video and it's going to go in my comment section making excuses for this woman. You're also a retard too. So I actually invite you to write stuff in my comment section. It'd probably be a good laugh.
Is a little irregular. What the fuck could that possibly even mean? Like, I just genuinely don't get it. When you're this outwardly racist, why even try and, like, disguise it? You know what I mean? Like, it's clear she just doesn't want this guy at the park because he's not a white guy, right? If you're trying to be, like, a stealthy racist, I guess, sure, whatever. I guess it makes sense if you come up with the world's dumbest reasoning for saying this guy shouldn't be at the park, but, I mean, she's already exposed herself. She's already made it clear that the reason she doesn't want this guy at the park is because he's Mexican. So why even say something as stupid as this? It's irregular for a parent to take their child to the park. What do you, like, what?
You hear this from this racist ass lady? Go ahead, get your racist.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning. She's there by herself. She's an old white lady. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that the reason she was at this park was getting in her morning walk. Probably her morning routine, right? That's it. And she can't stand walking around Mexicans. Jesus.
Get your ass out of here.
Yeah,
go. Get your ass out of here.
On there.
Oh, I am.
Put the race thing on.
I am. Dupree Park, Jacksonville, Arkansas. This racist ass lady. Mind your business.
It doesn't work.
Go. Get your Karen ass out of here. Go. Yes.
Work.
Go ahead.
What?
Keep talking.
Blacks do. That's what they
Keep talking.
That's
Keep
what
talking.
Males do.
Keep talking.
Because they want to rule everything and
Keep
put
talking.
race on it.
You are.
This might be like one of the most confusing things that dumbass.
That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard. But, I mean, this is what we're looking at. Look how she's dressed, ladies and gentlemen. You can't really expect amazing things to come out of her face.
Racists like this do consistently. They will make everything about race. They will walk up to a guy who's just at the park with his child and say that they need to leave because he's a Mexican. And then once the person
this is what it looks like to grow up without parents, ladies and gentlemen. Right here.
Recognizes that once they say, hey, you're being racist, then somehow it's the person that they walked up to and were racist to, making it all about race. Like, look, I understand that to be this racist, you also have to be pretty fucking stupid.
And again, I just can't get past the shirt. Goodness of God. I'll tell you this. God looks a lot more Mexican than he does white, lady. At least all the depictions I've fucking seen.
But I just truly can't understand how this one always seems to come up. You made it about race when you walked.
Mysterious, take it easy, man, and thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for chilling with us. Hopefully we'll see you again on the next stream.
Up to them and made it about race. It cannot be that hard to put together.
I'm not.
Being racist and nosy as hell.
That are Hispanic.
No, you don't. If you did, you wouldn't be talking the way you are.
I have friends that are white.
No, you don't.
Okay, I listened back to this like 4 times because I was like, surely my ears deceive me. Is she saying that she has friends that are white as a defense for not being racist? I think you've got that.
I think she was, I have friends that are white that aren't racist. I think that's just what she was trying to say. And because her friends aren't racist, there's no way that she could be, right? Oh, the retarded justifications that y'all use. Why can't y'all just be racist, huh? But instead, y'all want to turn into fucking pussy ass. I'm not racist. I have a black president, right? I'm not racist. My Negroes too, you know, right? So just say it. Just say you're racist. That's just it. Just be your racist self. But no, you say racist shit and then try to hide. Like, oh no, that's not what I meant. You took me out of context. No. You literally said fuck Mexicans. Verbatim. Just be racist. I feel like I can respect you a little more if you were just outwardly, blatantly racist. At least we know that guy's racist, you know? But you sitting here being racist while trying to hide behind moral high ground. Like, no, man. Stop pussyfooting around. You're either racist or you ain't. Quit playing 1 foot in, 1 foot out, all this bullshit. Now, it's disingenuous. I don't like my racism 50%. I either want you to be all the way racist or not at all. None of this in the middle bullshit. Like,
one a little backwards, ma'am.
You don't have any French lady, the way you behave.
You have race at the tip of your tongue and the tip of your mind, because that's your latest weapon.
So again, like, not trying to beat a dead horse here, but I just truly cannot understand.
She's retarded. She says, you think I'm being racist because that's all y'all see is race and color. No. That you were literally racist towards him, and he responded to your racist remarks and your racist comments, and now you're playing the victim. See, I hate when you retards play the victim. Just be racist. That's it. Just be racist. And you either get smacked in the face with a can of Twisted Tea, or you don't. I don't know. Okay? It's 50-50. But just be racist. Y'all are pussies. Y'all can't even be what y'all say. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, man. Cowardly little fuckers.
Like, what the angle.
Not even mad that you're racist. I'm mad that you're unprincipled. You don't stand by what you say. You don't stand behind what you believe. You're just a fucking coward. Ugh.
Is here. One more time, let me just set the scene for everybody here. You walk up to a guy and say, hey, you're Mexican. Why are you at a park? He responds by saying, that's racist. Why does it matter if I'm Mexican? And then you say, why is race always the first thing you bring up? Like, seriously, I know that we've established that racists are stupid, but that just seems like something that even one of the dumbest people on earth would not be able to say with a straight face.
It doesn't work.
Ma'am, you are ignorant.
Tell me what to do.
You are ignorant. You need to go.
Female.
You're an ignorant woman.
Put racist on female.
Your woman is ignorant.
I am not a stupid man.
Okay. So I don't know what.
this lady definitely voted for Kamala Harris, and you can tell. That's for sure.
She was about to say right there at the end, but I don't even really know what she was saying most of the video. That's where the video ends, but I don't.
She watched a lot of Kamala Harris speeches, and she's like, I can do that. I can speak like that, right? I can be a boss bad bitch, except for like Kamala Harris sucks at public speaking, sucks at giving fucking speeches. It's terrible and it's cringe as fuck. And there you go. You're behaving exactly like the person you fucking idolize, probably.
I don't even know what she means when she starts bringing up gender. Like,
just verbal diarrhea coming from the face, just like Kamala. I guarantee that's your idol. Guarantee you have a poster of her on your fucking bathroom wall. Every time you take a shit, you're just looking at Kamala.
Nothing that this woman says was coherent. Anyways, seeing videos like this in 2025, I really, really wish I could say it's surprising or it's disappointing, but I mean, to be honest, I feel like racism on social media is almost at an all-time high. Like, it might just be a case of where there are more people on the
No, I feel like it's commonplace, and the ones that have thick skin, they just deal with the fact that it's there, and the ones that don't, they cry, kick, and fucking complain no matter which side you fall on, whether you're the racist one or you're the one receiving the racism, man. And I don't know, I kind of dealt with this shit early on in life. The fact that it's on social media, I don't know, man. You just pray that it stays on social. Dude, there's always been people like this. Social media simply just highlights them. Man, why get mad? If I got mad at every single time someone was racist, I'd be mad all the time. And I would just be further giving them gratification. Yeah, she's overly racist, which is not a new concept. It's nothing new. It's nothing that's going to stop happening, right? So, yeah, it's just the degree in which she was racist. And she wasn't even fully racist. She was half racist. She didn't even want to... She kept reaching and grasping for justifications and reasons as to why she is this way, instead of just owning the fact that that's just the way she is. It's just, yeah, you're a fake-ass motherfucker and I can't take you seriously. Again, if you're gonna be racist, do it right. Don't be a lazy little piece of shit and try to hide behind stuff when someone calls you out. Someone calls you a racist, you know what you say? You goddamn right. What are you going to do about it? And unless they're willing to fight you, guess what? That's where it ends. But no one is ever actually willing to fight over color or race because that's retarded, right? So, own it. Be like, yep, racist. Don't fucking like you. What now? Is it? But y'all don't want to do that because y'all, as retarded as y'all are still aware of the concept of fuck around and find out, which is why y'all do this. Y'all try to find justifications, reasons, back up your reasons as to why you are this way. I just think you grew up without parents, but... Oh, that's going to do it, guys. Holy shit. I'm going to get out of here. I got to stretch. I got to go to the store. I'm going to get some ganja. I'm going to get some food. And then I'm going to fuck her off for the rest of the evening. Maybe we'll go live tomorrow. Maybe we won't. But I will have some videos uploaded tomorrow. Probably just stuff from this stream. Maybe. Who knows? I am down to go live tomorrow. Again, just to knock out some more stuff if y'all have more requests in there. But if we do go live tomorrow or the next day, it'll probably be music because it's been a while and some of those requests are starting to pile up. So we should just like knock that out, get those squared away, and then we'll come back for another YouTube stream, another variety stream, stuff like that. So thanks for hanging out. Terminator's not here. Otherwise, I'd knock out his request. So, but when he comes back, we'll probably just do it as soon as he gets in. So thanks for hanging out. Thank you for the subs, resubs, memberships. Thank you for typing in chat. Thank you for making requests. Thank you for the continued support as of late. Love y'all. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Man, if y'all need anything, y'all can hit me up on Discord, at DM me. Doesn't matter. Either way, I will be here. All right. Have a good Wednesday. If I don't see y'all tomorrow, the next day, have a good weekend. All right.